You're tuned into the Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
Heavy Hitters.
Heavy Hitters.
On Independent Radio.
Radio.
Yes. Good job, big boy.
I like getting the smile from Moose.
You
man.
look so happy.
You're the man.
There was that look of
approval.
Approval,
Yeah.
and then you were so happy.
Because we've been doing this a minute.
I know, but I like that I'm in the middle of it today.
Hey, what's up, folks, man? Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. It's on.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, I'll tell you what. Welcome to the Heavy Hitters Radio
Welcome
Show.
to the new and improved Spotify edition.
Yeah, we on there. Hey, I tell you what, man. This is Moose, aka Big House, and my speak. I can't hear myself talking, so it's all good. But I'm back. All right. Hey, so I tell you what, man. Hey, we're on here, man. I don't even know what's the date.
26th.
It's February
Yes.
26th, man. We don't know what to do with the weather. Sometimes it's like 60, and then it's like 30.
Right. Sometimes
And then
around
it's
slow.
like- and then
Sometimes
it's
around
like,
quick.
10 below. So that's kind of how it is, man. We're live from Indiana, man. The Compound Studios, Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
Nap time.
You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, cool, man. I tell you what, man, that voice here, that male voice here, man, that's the one and only, the star of the show, El Jeezy Mbaku.
Back from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
San Juan?
Oh my God, man! It was.
Did you say San Ron?
San Juan, Puerto
You probably said San Juan.
Yeah, we did the show called Live from San Juan.
He's got black mouth.
I heard you say San Ron.
Need to check that out on Brews and Reviews.
Oh, I saw it
Hey,
come through. I should
man, I
listen.
tell you what, the title of the show?
The title of the show
Yes.
is "A Destiny Comes with Happy Ending." Comes to a happy
A
end.
Destiny?
Destinies come to a happy end.
Dynasty.
The Dynasty too.
Oh, God.
I hope it says Dynasty
It might
because
not.
that's
be.
what it's supposed to say.
No, it says Dynasty comes.
Dynasty
comes to a happy ending. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, hey, so hopefully you guys know what that means, man. Robert Kraft, we out there.
We love you, Robert. We love you, man.
We do not. Jeezy does.
No. Jeezy and two other dudes, I'm sure, will love Robert Kraft because
Now it's weird.
Ron, we'll get into it. I gotta know why Ron got a problem with it.
That voice here, man, as you just heard Jeezy say, man, that's the lady of the show. Folks, give it up for Run
EMC.
Happy Tuesday, guys. We missed my anniversary show, so today has to also be that because it was last week.
When you came.
Well, see, now it's weird. Now it's weird.
Oh,
It's
what
all
the
weird now.
heck? When you came to the show.
We don't have a
Yes, when-
celebratory sound effect for it.
When I...
Oh,
Ew.
I was trying to make up something.
Run anniversary.
You're hateful.
Hey,
Whatever.
Hey, I tell you
Tuesdays
what,
used to be
man,
my
you-
favorite day.
Congratulations, Ron, on your 52 episode.
It's been 2 years. To be 104.
104. Good job.
Nice. Hey, I tell you what, man, the other smooth voice here, man, is our very own DJ, man, in the house. Let's give it up for D-Lo G.
Man, thank you. That actually felt warm and very, very receiving.
It wasn't.
You good? You in here?
I don't know. I don't have any complaints about mine. Yeah, no, I'm good, man. Just keeping things moving, keeping things busy. Glad to be back with the
Are you in? Is he in here? Are you in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
He in the building. He in the
Can I hear
building.
me? Am I good?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's so
All right.
smooth, man. You know, maybe I don't
Sweet.
even have it. You know what I mean? It could happen like that. Hey, man. So, I'm glad to see all you guys, man. Yeah. Are you guys ready, man?
Let's do this.
Dynasty comes to a happy ending.
Yes.
That's the name of the show.
Yes. Robert Kraft, man. We love you, man.
Holy cow. So, man, in the news, the one and only Robert Kraft, the owner, the billionaire owner.
Yeah, Mr. Ketchup,
of
Mr. Cheese.
What's the name of that team?
The Patriots, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to say
The Super Bowl champion Patriots.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
So he was caught in a Florida
Rub and tug.
massage parlor, essentially, and they got him on video doing all kind of fancy
Would you watch the Robert Kraft sex tape?
No.
Yes. You know what? Just to see it.
Yeah.
Just to see it. I mean, I'm not
See what
gonna
he working with?
Yeah, just no, not that. I mean, just to see, just to see it.
See what the old man holding?
And by the way, I got the bubble gut, so guys, if you guys hear some fancy stuff, whatever, I apologize. And I'm gonna eat some chili on top of it.
Run, want to see what the old man holding.
Nope.
All right,
No, thanks.
so hey guys. Also, man, R. Kelly got
R.
arrested.
Kelly.
He's about to get out of jail at this
He's
point.
out.
He ain't got no
Did he
money.
get out today?
His friend posted bail.
All right, so he's
He
getting
ain't got no money.
Bailed out by a daycare owner.
okay. Well,
The jokes just write themselves, dog.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up, bro.
Her last name is
Stop.
Love.
Wait, stop. Don't even take a bite. D-Lo took a bite, man. I gotta let him chew real quick. So, are you telling me that R. Kelly was in jail for having sex with minors
Yes.
Allegedly.
and doing all the other stuff that goes along with minors,
Yes.
and then he was bailed out today?
Yes, because he did not have the money himself, but a daycare owner who is a friend of his put up the money to bail him out.
A daycare owner
100 bands.
A daycare owner.
Yes.
got him out of jail.
Kills ain't got no money, dog. Like, how does that even happen?
He has to have money.
He's illiterate, though. But
Somewhere
the thing is, like, I think him being illiterate, like, he probably don't even own a lot of shit he wrote.
Don't say he doesn't have money, because as soon as he got out of jail, he was right back at McDonald's.
I saw that, too.
Yes, that is the
He
first
went
place
to
he
McDonald's
went.
to get some food.
Might have been a scouting mission.
I'm not totally sure.
Was it getting the?
Man, y'all killing me, man. Y'all,
what's a little Happy Meal?
know
Was
what,
he getting
man?
a Happy
Man,
Meal?
y'all disrespecting that man.
It was a play palace.
That should have been the name
And
of
then
the show.
Just because you're from that area,
No,
doesn't
all
mean-
y'all have got romantic with a lady with R. Kelly playing in the background. Every guy in this room, and maybe Ron.
Happy
No.
meals and happy endings.
Happy Meals, man. Maybe that should have been the
I
title.
mean, if dealing with a chime
so
in with that could have been a.
R. Kelly. Hey, so
He was busy.
I tell you what. So also, man, we got our president is meeting with North Korea right now. That's happening as well. And then wait a minute, there's one more. Oh, Jesse Somalian. What's his name?
Gay Tupac.
Smollett.
Smollett. And by the way, I heard his name was Justin. That's why his name is spelled J-U, like S-S-E.
I was wondering.
Like
It's
Jesse.
he's gay Tupac.
He's
That's what he
not-
says.
He's not the gay.
Yeah.
Tupac.
That he is self-proclaimed.
Jay Avelli.
He can forget that. He's
Right.
He's not the Machiavelli, Gayavelli, none of
Right.
that. Hey, folks, listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. Remember, Dynasty comes to happy endings, man. We're gonna talk about all that. We also got sports, man. Are the Lakers going to make the
No.
playoffs?
That's it for the sports.
Man, I tell you what, free agency was crazy, man. Is the Pelicans superstar going to end up with the Lakers next year?
No.
All right.
Let's finish the
And
sports
you know
section.
what, man? March is creeping up on us.
Creeping.
March is creeping up on
It's
us.
gonna
so,
be here very
so
soon.
March Madness
Like
is
literally like
happening.
Sunday.
And,
No, Friday's the first.
Oh, yeah, that
Zion Williamson from Duke, man. I'm sure all you guys saw his
Yes.
his tennis shoe blow up on national
Blowed
television.
up.
And I apologize.
Salute Paul George.
I apologize to Nike and Paul George, but holy cow, y'all got some splaining to do. You guys ready?
Well, it's funny. They stock dropped 1% after that happened, and then Robert Kraft and that mother shot right back up.
Well, because everybody's like, we don't care about it.
No, Robert Kraft was Nikes too. The Air Force Ones.
Hey, so
Street cred.
I got a question
Get
for
them
you,
hoes.
Jeezy.
Yes, sir.
What else is happening on the show today?
Oh man,
some of the mainstays.
we gonna have brews and reviews.
Yes.
We gonna have Tell Me Why You Mad, Son.
Tell me why you mad.
Why you mad, son?
Son.
And then we're gonna get into a little mattress talk.
Yeah. Oh, I like. Mattress Talk's my favorite.
Yeah, a little mattress talk.
All right, guys, you ready?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Hey, I'll tell you. Let's get into this. All right. So we were already talking about Robert Kraft and
The man.
and all that kind of stuff. I mean, is
The
he
man,
wrong?
the myth,
He's
the
70
legend.
He's 77 years old.
The man, the myth, the legend.
And he is chilling at a place down in Florida.
The man, the
it's
myth, the
kinda-
legend. Robert Kraft.
He's relaxing after the championship.
Relaxing, man. Chilling.
All right,
Living
so
a good life. Living his best
I got a
life.
question though, and I think Ron and I talked about this earlier.
Mhm.
So they were filming all these men doing
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yes.
So which means the women were doing it.
Yes.
Okay, so why didn't they stop it like with the first two? Why is it all of a sudden they have like 20, 25
Well,
dudes?
Well, I found out 'cause I actually did some show research. the reason how they got the cameras in there was because in this, the actual rub and tug is in an actual strip mall, and it has.
Should we go ahead and say pineapples?
No, rub and tug. It's not nasty.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Just in case, we should probably say.
No, it's not the bad. I'm just talking about how they get in there. So basically,
hold on, real quick, Ron. What's pineapples mean?
Pineapples is
for our new Spotify audience.
Yes, pineapples
Welcome.
is our heavy hitter safe word.
Yes.
So if you're listening with your children or people that should not hear inappropriate
Well, first of all, you
words
shouldn't be listening to
or
children
inappropriate thoughts, you can absolutely listen with your children. But right now they need to put on their earmuffs. That is what pineapples
This
means.
is like PG-14 at least.
That's not a thing.
It is over here.
No.
Anyway, go.
PG-14. Anyway, so the guy, it's in a strip mall, so you have like Outback Steakhouse, another restaurant, and then like
Don't be calling everybody out in the story.
no,
man.
but since Outback Steakhouse, so basically they call it a bomb threat. The police said that somebody called it a bomb threat, and they only went to the massage parlor and said somebody called it a bomb threat, and then that's when they put the cameras in because they felt like it was something wrong. So that's how they installed the cameras. They've been filming since I think it was January.
Did they have like the teddy bear nanny cams? Because I feel like if it was a regular security camera, wouldn't you see?
No,
that?
they have snake cams. They have all kind of. I mean, you've seen enough spy movies.
No, I don't watch spy movies.
They
That's
have.
not
I
my
forgot
thing.
you watched. Abducted in plain sight.
Yeah, which we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah, I mean, they have like the little snake cam, or little cam. They just put places in, which when they have no warrant for it, but that's a whole other subject. But but they got them on camera.
All right. So here's my thing though. So
And allegedly, it's graphic. It's
so
a graphic
they
video.
got the cameras in there, and they have actual footage of all these people doing all kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, there was other CEOs that were there at this place.
You know what I hate? You know what? And real quick, Adam Schefter, man, you a tool bag, man.
Why you say that?
He's
Robert
calling
Kraft get
everybody
called up, right? And then the first thing you do is there's bigger names than Robert Kraft on this list. So immediately people jump to Tiger Woods, like because he lives in Juniper as well. Like this is an area where a lot of people. So all week, all these other people names been thrown through there. Like, why would you even do that?
Well,
And we still waiting for those Dez Bryant tapes to come out too. By the way,
on all the stuff I saw, there was no Tiger Woods. There was
no. What I'm saying is he said there's bigger names on the list. So when people start speculating, all of a sudden Tiger name comes up.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was other CEOs. It was other billionaires that had been there.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't remember which company these guys are with. And I don't necessarily want to call them out. You know what I'm saying?
No, but salute to you. Anyway, but go ahead and continue. So I guess the point I want to get across, I want to ask you and we kind of go around the room.
Go.
Do you have a problem? Now, first of all, let me get my disclaimer. We none of us agree with sex trafficking. Like that's just
It's wrong.
It's a blanket statement. Like there's no need to even say anything about sex. That is completely 100% wrong. Well, I believe I told the story on the show about my trip to Mexico that one time, and it was like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life on the crew. Anyway, so we are going to agree sex traffic is bad. Like we won't even talk about that. However, Robert Kraft was not involved in sex trafficking. Okay, he is not holding girls in crates, buying girls in crates from different countries. He's not a participant. So let's stop throwing that out there. All he did was solicit for prostitution. That's all he did was basically go in there and be like, "Yeah, I need some extra touches to make me feel good, a happy ending." That's all he paid for. And all of a sudden, that's where we are. So around the room, I'll start with Run. Run, do you have a problem with Robert Kraft? And
Yes.
why? And why?
Yes, because prostitution is wrong and illegal, and I think that he is a douche canoe because I hate everything about the Patriots.
So if he was not with the Patriots, would you feel as strongly about that?
Yes, prostitution is wrong
How is it wrong?
because it's illegal.
I know it's illegal.
number
So
one.
is
It's the world's oldest profession.
So is cocaine.
If you-
Cocaine is illegal, but you don't have a problem with people who do cocaine.
I do have a problem. with
Marijuana
people
is
doing
illegal in
cocaine.
Indiana. You got a problem
Cocaine.
with people who smoke weed too?
Yes.
Do you really?
Yes.
I know you're not being honest.
No. Listen. I am a rule follower. I believe in following the rules.
Okay.
I believe if the rules are there.
So do you go
for a
55? Or
reason.
if the speed limit is 65, do you go over the speed limit?
No.
Yes, you do.
I was going to say she's stupid.
Okay. Yes, I speak,
Everybody in the
but-
whole wide world does.
Everybody
that.
breaks rules, right? Everybody breaks rules.
Okay, but some rules are worse to break than others.
No, rules are rules. Anyway,
No,
okay, so
what-
we don't get into all that.
So the question was, do I have a problem with him?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's wrong.
Okay, why?
Because prostitution is bad, number one. Number two, if you have that much money, then I don't understand why you are going to a spa to do it. Like, be freaking smart about it if you're going to make an idiotic choice.
I mean, it's like church. Sometimes you just need fellowship.
No.
First of all, have you seen Robert Kraft?
What the heck?
Yeah, he's like 95.
He's old. The last time he had something hot on his lap was when he
Don't
spilled his
care.
coffee.
I don't care.
All right, I've been waiting all week to say that.
Listen, I am no fan of the Patriots.
I thought about that on the plane.
However, I give Robert Kraft a pass. I mean, he's 70 plus, almost 80. He's well accomplished. His wife died in the last few years. The Kraft Food Company is underwater. I mean, this guy deserves a happy ending at this point.
No.
Yes.
He couldn't get on the field and throw the touchdown. He didn't make the game-winning interception, but he wants to be a part.
He wants to be a part of
This
it.
was his way to get some retribution.
And
he
both-
wanted to make the big play.
None of that makes
And
any
he
sense.
scored.
First of all, both parties consented in this, whether they want to willingly or not. That's a whole other story. But she consented and she obliged. She was of legal age, and he paid for his services rendered. I don't see.
You never see my point. We already know that.
I just don't understand. Like, I can go out and pay somebody for a premium Snapchat. That's cool.
Prostitution is bad. It is illegal.
Have you been on
and you should
Instagram?
not do it.
Have you seen any lady on Instagram? They selling everything on the gram and on Snapchat. That is happening right now.
That doesn't make it okay.
But they're doing it.
Okay, but that still doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, but they are doing. Women are. It's not even the men. Women are doing. They're doing. They're not being held against their will.
Okay, well,
they're not being made to do
I
it.
still don't think that's okay either. Yes, I have a problem with Robert Kraft. That is my answer. That's the question you asked me. Yes,
All
that's
right,
my
Moose,
answer.
you have a problem with Robert Kraft?
All right. So here's the difference. Here's the thing, man. I got something, and also Big Gates just hit up.
I saw that.
He said, what's the difference between porn and prostitution? Well, one, you can just watch porn. Matter of fact, these days for free.
I don't get why you pay for porn in period. But
And so-
I think
and
what
so-
he's saying.
and-
I think what he's asking more so is both parties involved are getting paid to be recorded.
Everybody's getting paid.
Everybody's getting paid.
Well, no, I mean with prostitution, there's one person paying, and then there's a service.
Paying for a service. You're paying them to leave.
Yeah. So to leave.
That's what G. That's what
All
OG
right,
said.
all right. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. You know what? Robert Kraft went to something that was prostitution in Florida is illegal.
It's legal most
So
places in Vegas.
if he was in Vegas,
Right.
if he was in the state of Nevada, then it's legal. And guess what? It's not a story.
Right.
Right? It's not a story. So so if he would have went to Vegas and he wanted the extra and all that kind of stuff, then we're not even talking about this.
We're not.
But
Right.
he's in Florida now. The rest of the story, Jeezy, and I know you want to skim over this, is they have traced most of the women back
To sex trafficking,
in several
absolutely.
of the places where they were like, "Hey, come to America. We got we're gonna
Right,
hook you
right,
up."
right.
The whole deal. And then when they brought them here,
Yeah.
all of a sudden they're in these places and they're like, "Well, here's what you got to do."
Right.
All right, so for sure it is
Sex
sex
trafficking. Which
trafficking.
again,
which I'm not trying to get caught at that red light.
well, what I'm saying is I'm not saying that. I just don't like the people now. All of a sudden, Robert Kraft is a face of sex trafficking,
No. Now we'll tell you,
and the
like,
fact that they even put that, like, all he did was solicit a prostitute.
it's not. And you know what?
That's his part in it.
They did not charge him with sex.
I know, but
crimes.
what I'm saying-
Originally they talked about it, but they didn't. So I mean, maybe it's us that are saying we're talking too
No.
much. because
The ESPN.
They didn't charge him with the crime.
I know that. We saying the same thing. But what I'm saying is you have these news outlets, and you have ESPN that's bringing up sex trafficking. Like, dude, that has nothing to do with what he got. He got charged with a misdemeanor basically a misdemeanor.
Not anymore.
Soliciting.
I saw it today.
It's a felony now?
I saw it today that they jumped it
They're
up
talking
to a felony. So
We're talking about prison for like a year.
Before he was looking at
that man
jail.
won't see.
Before they were looking at like 60 days on 2 counts, and now they're looking at 2 years on 2 counts.
Yeah,
But,
it's just a way for them to get more money out of him. But what I'm saying is like they went from like,
it's called double dinging.
Right.
Police do that. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like what he did was we can agree it's against the law and it's wrong. Like we can agree with all of that. What I'm saying is like the news media all of a sudden hopped on this sex trafficking thing. Like, dude, like Robert Kraft is not involved in sex trafficking.
That we know.
No, I can almost assure you
that we know. You don't. What do you mean? You can almost assure you don't know none of them. You're not even a Patriots fan. You can't say
what does a team got to do with it?
Can't say he's
my
not.
team affiliation has nothing to do with Robert Kraft as a
All
man.
All I'm gonna say is you can't unequivocally say that he's not part of it. All I'm saying is, you know what? He got called this place. I mean, here's my thing, man. You know what? For us, we have a voice in the United States.
And on Spotify,
there are 30,000+ people that listen to us on any given day.
More since Spotify got us.
All right, so guess what? We're not saying that Robert Kraft is part of sex trafficking.
He's not.
Because we don't know that. What we know is that he was at the place, he got some rub and tug, and there were several other CEOs that have been there that got rub and tug. Now, we can't speculate on anything else. Now, I always wonder, though, if you have one place that has 3 or 4 high-powered CEOs, like, how those women get there? Like, is somebody else involved? Like all that's going to come out in the wash at some point.
Right.
Okay? All right, so yes, he's not sex trafficking. However, he did solicit a prostitute.
So did Warren Sapp.
But it's not 2 consenting parties if these women are part of a sex traffic ring.
But the thing is,
they are consenting.
They are consenting. And the thing is to run. We don't know. See, this is how the story, because we don't have. This is why I think it's kind of murky, because we don't know that the woman that performed the act was actually part of the sex trafficking ring. Like, she could just be somebody that wanted a job, was like, hell yeah, I'll tug on that old man thing for, I mean, Jeezy has had a couple of massages back in his time, and they were all willing participants. I don't believe none of them. A lot of them was their own business owners. So, so we can't make that jump to saying that that she was somebody that was involved in sex trafficking. We don't know that. But what I'm saying, as far as Robert Kraft and his sex trafficking, I don't think that you become the CEO of Kraft and create this worldwide business and also be a Patriots owner and make without being smart.
I mean, you do when things are handed to you.
Yeah, but he's not going to a portfolio with a book. I'm like, yeah, bring her over from Scandinavia. And let her rub.
We don't know if that's happening or not.
I mean, Trump's wife is from another. He came from a mail order, and nobody's talking about that.
You know what, man, you right on that. I mean, I tell you what, Big Gates hitting this up too. And he was like, I mean, how's it wrong for selling yourself? I mean, come on, Big Gates, you know that it's illegal in every state except Nevada.
Well, the reason why, to answer this question, why it's illegal, is number one, you can't. What the law says for safety reasons, for those STDs.
Right, but the law does not say it doesn't have value. So I mean, so what if you paid for a little piece of tail?
I'm with you, D-Lo.
If we get paid to consult people for their podcast, by the way, you should look us up if you're considering doing your own thing. But if we have value in our services, they certainly have value between their legs.
But the thing is, like, you pay for sex anyway, because if you take her out to dinner,
pay for
you go to a movie,
pay for
you paying for it. You paying for it.
It makes me sad that you guys are so demeaning to women today. Like, it's making me really sad that this is actually how you feel.
Is it making you sad for us, or is it making you sad because
for
you
women
too have had men pay for your dinner and pay for your movie experience?
Run. There are women who specifically take them to dinner. They want to get some value out of having sex with you. They want to feel like they're getting something for having sex with you. So there are women, not men, that's making them do these things. There are women who all they do is they care about what you drive, what can you buy me, and in exchange.
Okay, but that's not everybody.
That is the. Have you been on any Instagram or Twitter? Have you been on anything? What world do you live in?
Mine.
This is not Disney.
The same one as you guys.
Go to the gram right now. There are women half naked. They ain't doing it for free. They're doing it because the more people that's on their page, the more money that Instagram pays them, the more money that Twitter pays them. Then when they go out on dates, they want you to pay for things because they feel like if I'm gonna give you a piece of me, I got to get some monetary gain from it. Period. It ain't just
whatever you say. I'm really sorry that that's the world you live in.
What?
Run.
I don't think that all women are like that, and I don't think that that's the case all of the time.
Well, then tell us about it.
Please tell me. Please tell me. Please explain to me.
So what you are saying is that women are only with men so that the men will pay for their things, and so then it's fine. Then it's like prostitution because then the women are having sex with these men. That's where we're going.
It's all transactional.
Here's what.
Why is Kim Kardashian famous?
Transactions.
Why is she famous?
Hey, fellas.
Does Kim Kardashian live in Indianapolis?
You gotta let her talk. Go.
Why is Kim Kardashian famous?
Because she's number one. Her family has always had money.
No.
Yes. Kim.
Run. Why is she famous? I don't care about money. I didn't say why she's rich. I said why is she famous? Not rich.
Her dad. Hey, Ron, get on your side real quick. I mean, her dad.
I know
her dad was the lawyer for one of the greatest cases in the United States.
She is not only famous because she has a sex tape. I know where you're trying to go. That's not the only reason she's famous.
In the last 20 years.
Michael Jordan's kids aren't famous.
And they're rich. What I'm saying is, why is she...
I just told you that.
Those kids aren't in the media all the time.
But why is she famous?
Oh, my gosh, Jeezy.
D-Lo, do you get what I'm saying, D-Lo?
There's only one answer as to why she is famous.
You know what? There's not one answer. Her dad was Robert
It is not
Kardashian.
only because of her sex tape. I know that's where you guys want to go with this, but that's not the only reason that she's famous.
Her parents play very little role in her personal fame. They were famous themselves for what they did, but during the OJ trial, I never heard about Kim Kardashian.
You're
she was
exactly
a kid.
Right.
Chris
However, there are several famous men, right? There are several famous men that you don't know nothing about their children. This the guy. This the point.
They're rich. I'm asking why.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second,
okay.
Man. But there are several favorite people. That have famous parents that the children are famous.
But why are they famous?
Hold on a second. There are several sex tapes out there of people that we don't have no idea.
Right, but I'm asking simply about her.
There are several famous sex tapes out there. Not famous. That's the wrong word to use. There are several sex tapes out there of people that are not as famous as her. Her start was the fact that her dad was Robert Kardashian that was with O.J. Simpson.
She would not be where she is today if there was no sex tape.
You know what? Here's the thing.
She would not.
There are several sex tapes out, and those people are not as famous
because Paris Hilton, her and Paris Hilton was friends. They was best friends when they started. Paris Hilton was here. Sex tape came out. She skyrocketed to the next
She
stratosphere.
already had a show. She was
famous.
With, who was that? Was that
Lionel Richie's daughter?
But
when the sex tape came out, it took her to another. We can all agree with it. It took her to another stratosphere. Then all of a sudden, the Kim K tape comes out, and then boom, people didn't know who she was. Most people didn't know who she was. And the sex tape come out, bam, famous. Now she built an empire after that, but she's famous because of the sex tape. She's famous because of that. She was already wealthy and she was already rich.
Here's my point, though, man. We got a lady on the show. Let's give her opportunity to I don't know, give her a perspective.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening, Ron. I won't cut you off.
Yeah, that's a lie, but I appreciate that you have this optimistic view. So, I do not think that all women just want men to pay for everything and that all of it is transactional. I believe that there are actually people out there who spend time with people that they care about. No, Big Gates. The answer to your question is no.
What was this question?
There are people in the
Can
world.
I pay for it?
No. There are people in the world who actually just spend time with people that they care about. And yeah, sometimes one person pays for dinner and then the next time someone else pays for dinner or whatever that might be. I don't understand why it all has to be transactional and related to sex.
You done? I won't cut you off.
Yes, you may speak. Please disagree with everything I just said.
Ron, no one threw the word all. I never said all. I never paint with a brush. It says all women. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is that a large population of women, there is some type of give. That's why every commercial, we matter of fact, we talked about on the Valentine's show. Every commercial you see,
an N, not an M.
Every commercial you see, there's a man buying a woman a diamond. There's a man buying a woman a car. A man buying a woman buying a teddy bear, a Teddy Graham, all these different things. And then what it says later, she will thank you later. So basically, I'm giving you this.
It's an investment.
I'm giving you this.
It's still transactional. I'm sorry.
So that you can give me in return, give me this. The whole point of marriage was that the man will present something to the father, give him some gifts, give him something transactional to the father so he can take his daughter away from him. That's why when you get married, it says, now who giveth this woman away? And the father, you see him say, I do. It's a transaction. You are now no longer the property of your father, but the property of your husband. Do you not know any history when it comes to marriage? Do you know any of that?
Yes, I actually do. And I know a different history related to the Bible, and so those are two different things.
Say it.
So in the Bible, marriage is because you are supposed to love everyone like God loves the church. Okay, so people have different beliefs on marriage, and I'm sure other religions believe other things because I don't know those. Here's the thing. I just don't think that is the way that the world works anymore. Yes, Jeezy.
You didn't give me the ceremony of the wedding. You just said because
you gotta let her. You gotta let her.
She was moving on.
You gotta get her low a little bit. No, you gotta let her go a little bit.
That was the whole point of that part of it. So
that's my point. Because the ceremony of wedding, the actual ceremony itself, and why the man has to ask the father for his daughter it's a transaction. Like he used to have to bring was it cow? He had to bring like cattle or something. One of the cattle moves.
Yeah, but nobody does that anymore. Let her finish the woman's perspective. Okay. You know what? There's women that listen to the show, and at some point they gotta have a voice. Go.
I just don't think it's all transactional. I think that if that is the view that you have of women and of relationships, then that is sad.
I didn't say all. Like you the one saying all. I never said all.
You know what's funny?
I didn't say all any time.
She keeps inviting you in, so at some point I'm gonna be done with it. Like, she keeps inviting you in, and she needs to say her point and be done with it.
I am done.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. Then all right. So yeah, Jeezy. Unfortunately, I think you won that debate, which is sad, but you did. We're all sad right now. Like
I'm not.
I'm not.
Yeah,
because when I argue facts. I did with facts.
It's just impossible to argue with an irrational human being.
No, when I argue, you come me irrational, but I brought a bunch of facts. When I want to talk about transaction, I brought in the marriage and what it stands for. That is a factual statement.
I don't know. I've been married twice, and I never gave any man a cat.
No, you're not supposed. But you had the tradition, as Duke just lost to Virginia Tech. The tradition of marriage. That's why every commercial was it's facts. I'm not arguing nothing that's not factual. We talked about it on Valentine's Day where
there's a lot in the media that's really messed up.
Because
the media paints a picture of what people should believe, and so then this has now formed our world, and that does not have to be the world that you live in.
But that's the world that we live in.
Okay,
that's the world that we live in. When a man has to go out and get a woman a fat ass diamond ring to ask for to get married, and he gets a cheap ass band. Like that's That's the world we live in.
Do you want a big diamond?
No,
Are you bitter
that's not
because
what
you
I'm
want a
saying.
big
But
diamond?
every holiday, Mother's Day, is go out and buy more diamonds, more chains, do this for your mom, and then dad comes around, he gets socks and cologne. Like that's how that's the world we live in. Men have grown to accept. Like, we don't bitch and moan. We just accept. Like, know what? I don't get no thanks for keeping the lights on and putting heat on. For whatever. But because I want to put my feet up and not do nothing. I guess he late. He don't want to do this. But no, I'm over you. You got a roof here because of me. Because of the hard work I put down. But anyway.
You're the only one that makes money. You're the only one that can provide for the family. The lights are on and the roof is over your head only because of you. You did that by all yourself. That is what you said. You said because of me. Those were the words you used.
I said dad in the house that I grew up in. Dad, my dad bust his ass, and my mom she did work, but a lot of things that we had in the house was because of my father. That's the world I grew up in.
How about the house you live in now?
Hold on a second. I mean, by the way, folks, let's keep it real. You listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, and Jeezy's saying that's the house that he grew up in. By the way, this is Moose Head Big House, and the house I grew up in, my mom's kept the heat on, the lights on, the fire on, everything. So we definitely understand that it's not just a man's perspective. If you grow up with mom, dad, and everything, and especially in the old school times, maybe it was like that. In my house, pardon me, there was no man for a lot of the time. So guess what? I still was warm. I still had clothes. I still had all the things I needed, and it was my mom that was providing that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, for sure that happens. And I mean, and for that matter, Ron, it's kind of like that for you too, right? Yep. Yeah. So I mean, so we know, we ladies, we definitely know that y'all provide out there, man.
Nobody said that they didn't. Like, I don't know how this become. It's like
I can tell you.
It's like the pro black. It's like when people hold signs of pro black is not anti white. Like, just because I'm pro man don't mean I'm anti woman.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how we get to this point. Every time I say something about a man,
I can tell you how we got there.
It becomes like I'm putting a woman down. Like, don't get mad because women. When I go on Instagram right now and I can show you threads. Hundreds of women selling themselves on the internet, and you act like I'm blind. I'm supposed to look at like, oh, well, they don't have to do those things, but they are.
So I tell you right now, folks.
I don't see men's. If you go on Instagram, you don't have men's with their dicks hanging out all over the place.
This is a Heavy Hitters Radio Show, and we need to be careful. We need to.
With their Johnsons out,
folks. You listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. D-Lo.
It's the weirdest word.
Where are we at, man? Holy cow.
You can find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. You can find us on Instagram at Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
Yeah, hey, I tell you, we're on Twitter at Heavy
_
Hitters.
Underscore.
I don't know why that makes me so happy, but that's where we are. D-Lo, where else we at?
Yo, you can also find us on our personal pages on Instagram, the Coach 1019.
Oh God,
Run EMC.
That's
the
not
Truth
my
is
name
funny.
on Instagram.
There's an underscore.
It's underscore first. Otherwise, it's not me.
Bam.
And then Jeezy, the new and improved Heavy Hitters.
Yes.
Where are we now?
We're on Spotify, man.
Spotify?
And iHeartRadio coming soon, man.
Oh, yeah. That's what
Big
I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I ain't got to tell you, no way everybody got Spotify on their phone.
Hey,
or iTunes.
Hey, I tell you what, man. The name of the show.
And we on Google Play.
The name of the show is called Dynasty Comes to the Happy Ending.
Yes.
And we,
shout out to you, Robert Kraft, man.
We're
do your
talk
thing.
about Robert Kraft and
you
all
go.
that.
You do your thing, boy. It
All
still
right,
works.
All right, so listen up, guys. So man, the news has been ripe, with all kind of stuff, So R. Kelly's getting out today, and we kind of talked about him. There was a huge meeting with the Pope and all of the first in commands in all of the land. Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
yes.
just to figure out how to stop from molesting these damn kids.
Yeah, matter of fact, they all had green coats on, like. Was it green coats and pink hats? It looked like a big AK meeting, but it's
not what it was.
No, it was not. What do you guys think about that? I mean,
I'm just waiting for the.
Are there going to be some changes?
There has to be. The world has changed. The world has evolved, so there has to be some changes to them. Basically touching little boys. Like those. It has to change because the times are changing. So luckily, the scandals that they've had, they've been able to kind of sweep under the rug and the mainstream media or the mainstream population has been occupied to where they haven't caught on and exposed them.
So I think that the popes before have had to know, obviously.
Yes.
And so I would just like to say shout out to this pope for trying to fix it.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
But he's not.
I thought you were looking it up. He's bringing it. He's bringing it to light, and he's having conversations about it to try to fix it.
But Ron, you giving him props for he's been pope for like 5-10 years now.
It's Pope Francis. No, it's not that long.
But 5 years, at least 5 years.
No, is it Pope Francis or Pope Benedict?
Benedict was like for like 2 seconds.
I think it's. Oh yeah, that's the one that we're like I can't do it.
But who else has even had a conversation about it to try to fix it?
What I'm saying is there have been plenty of kids molested on Pope Francis' watch that he has done nothing about on his watch.
But at least he's trying to fix it now. That doesn't matter at all. That he's trying to fix things.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I'm giving him props, but like I'm not gonna praise the man for. There has still been, which we found out, what was this in Pennsylvania? All the kids that got molested, was that Pennsylvania? Thousands of kids got molested. That was on his watch.
So like, but how do you fix this? Because if you are, well, also some of these people have been raping nuns also.
You call the police.
Okay, but so here's my question. If these are young boys, why are the parents not doing anything?
It's the church. It's the church.
So?
It's the church. Because Ron, you I don't know if what your faith is. That's really none of my business. But some people are deep in religion. They're deep into it. So one of the things that they're taught is you never question God. You never question. So these boys are caught up in this system where if they can't go to their parents. They can't go. They trapped because the men that's touching them are saying God is this or this whatever, and they're using God as a means to molest these boys. And these boys just believe it because they feel like if they turn against these popes, these priests, they turn against God.
Come touch the hem of my
So how do you fix it?
The police. When something is found out, you call the police and the police investigate.
Okay, so if the kids aren't going to tell their parents because they feel like they're going against God, then how are people going to know?
Other people know because other people know because they find out. The nuns know. The other priests know. Everybody knows what's going. Everybody knows that Pope.
So if the people, sorry.
They had a manual for this. So it's no big secret that it's been going on within the organization. So,
but if the whole organization is in on it, or if the majority of the people who know that these things are happening feel like you can't turn against God, then who calls the police and who turns them in and who makes it right?
It's a situation where it certainly works in their interest to quote unquote police themselves, as opposed to bringing somebody else in to do it for them. Plus, they're such a huge organization. They're powerful. They've got money. It's hard to go against the Catholic Church. There's been allegations for decades, and what comes of it? Very little. Very little happens to the structure. Very little happens to the process, and you still have kids who are actively being abused, even still today, because of how the norms were set within the organization.
And Ron, to answer your question, the Catholic Church is no different from any other organization of men. If you look at a basketball team, look at the Army, look at this, like they're all, no matter what you follow, you still have the locker room. There's still a locker room or some type of something. So in that circle of men, for the most part, they all are talking amongst themselves. There might be one or two outliers that may not fit into that group, but because they don't fit into the group, we all have this thing where we want to fit in. So because they want to desperately fit into this group, they don't tell. Nobody want to be known as the snitch.
So here's what So some of the next steps are: the bishops have discussed several measures, including a proposal to hold bishops accountable and lift the pontifical secret. The pontiffs are like the kind of ones in charge that often keeps abuse victims in the dark about how the church trials are processing. But they did not appear to vote on or merely adopt any new measures. So it sounds to me like they were trying to keep the bishops, who are the ones that are in charge in their areas. accountable because they
So basically, the district managers for layman terms.
You say district
The
managers.
district managers, they in control of their little area.
For sure. And so when they say the pontifical secret, they're looking at the bishops that once they find out, which you'll find out in confession, right? Because they're going there and they're confessing it. They are supposed to tell us what it looks like to me. Holy cow! Like that is humongous.
Yeah.
And so, folks. I mean, obviously the heavy hitters don't have any clue on that. All we do know is that in the news, R. Kelly has sex with children, young girls that were under the age of consensual sex, and that all these cardinals and reverends have had sex with actually a lot of times with the same sex. By the way,
and a lot younger,
We're not even talking about that.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about the fact that it's the same sex and their children from these cardinals. And then obviously back in the day we had Bill Cosby, which is not too long ago.
Bill Cosby, it was good.
Is that bad? I said Bill because I called him Bill Cosby. And then and then what's happening? So folks, man, it's absolutely crazy. I tell you what, from the heavy hitters. You know what? Why don't you keep your hands to yourself? Unless if you're a dude, if the woman says, "Hey, come get this," you go, "Okay, I'll get that." You know what? And I don't know. Hell, you might want to have her sign something these days.
Take a quick video.
Maybe also have her ID. Maybe double check that.
Take a picture.
Just in case.
Keep your text conversations. Try and bring it up in text conversations. That way you have something to protect you if you ever go to
You
court.
almost have to,
No,
don't you?
but see, under the rule, she can consent, and you could put it in and be like in the act. And as soon as you get the vinegar, as soon as you get the vinegar stroke, she be like, "Stop."
Yeah, then you stop
doing vinegar strokes.
Yeah, you stop. You just stop. You just stop and have it happen.
I won't incriminate myself. Not that I've ever been in that situation.
You know what? I'm gonna say.
However,
man,
vinegar strokes is like you 2 pumps away.
I heard something pretty cool.
You're not
man.
stopping.
Like Moose of a certain age, and if you're gonna spend some time with Moose, it's gonna be Donald Duck style. Like I'm gonna keep my shirt on.
Tony Soprano style.
It's Donald Duck style, man. Like you ever? You guys ever seen that where like Donald Duck's walked around with a shirt on and no pants?
No pants.
Yeah. So Moose is living the life of Donald Duck. If Moose and Donald Duck were the same. All right? I just gonna put that out there. Hey man, you listen to that Bears radio show.
Yes.
And you know what? It might be time for some of our mainstays. You guys ready for some of our mainstays? Jeezy.
Yes.
What's some of our mainstays?
What, you want to get in the bruising reviews?
Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah, talk about bruising reviews. Run, you got anything else? What are some of our other mainstays?
Yeah.
Oh,
we also have Run That News.
Yeah.
And we'll do Tell Me Why You Mad Son, which doesn't sound as cool when I say it. And maybe I'll look up some misconnections later. Those are always pretty fun.
Yes.
Then go in with Mattress Talk tonight. Shall we start with Bruising Reviews today?
All right, so, hey, folks, man, we got Bruising Reviews. D-Lo, what's Bruising Reviews?
Bruising Reviews is the Heavy Hitters radio show rating system. Pretty much you can brew and review any product, movie, anything you can assign a review to, you can brew and review it. The fewer number of brews that it takes for you to enjoy something, the better it is. The more it takes, the worse it is. For example, if you thought it was great, might give it 0 to 1 brews. Think it's horrible, could be 7 or 8. There you have it.
Hey man, shout out to the Spider-Man animated film that won an Oscar.
Yeah, the Spider-Verse, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got what was it called? It was called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yeah.
What do you guys think about that, man? That was amazing.
Did you?
I did not see it.
I saw that.
I have not
actually
seen
pretty
it.
good, man. It was pretty good with Miles Morales as the main, which is the.
Is he a brother? Was he?
He's a black Spider-Man. Well,
that's what brother means, Jeezy.
Well, he's not really. His last name is Morales, so he's kind of like Puerto Rican black, something like that.
If you know what, hey,
I know he's
I'm
black.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, he's black.
I don't care if there's one black person in the transaction. The person is black. That's how society is.
See, it's transactional,
and that's why a lot of pilgrim men are mad because they don't have that same. They don't have that same ability.
That's true.
Only we can repopulate the earth in our image.
That's hilarious.
They can't.
All right. So by the way,
we lost about 500 listeners off that quote.
By the way, shout out to them. All right, guys.
Make America great again.
Hey, so listen real quick, man. This is Moose at Big House, and I've been watching on Netflix like a bunch of fishing shows. I watched Cold Water Cowboys. And I watched. I can't remember the name of this other one, but I've been watching all those shows. Man, it's been pretty amazing. I like those fishing shows, and those dudes make like $5,000 or $10,000 a day. Now it's hard work, but if you really want to trip out and listen to people talk that sound kind of like they have black mouth, but there's no black people near them, watch Cold Water Cowboys, man.
Do they are they catfishing?
No, they're not. No, they're on boats and all that kind of stuff. But when you hear what they say, it's absolutely amazing. All right, so anybody else got any other?
Yes.
Go.
So I watched Abducted in Plain Sight, which is like all the rage right now, and of course nobody else has seen it.
It's not all the rage.
It is.
All right, go.
So it is something that everyone should watch, only because it'll just make you question your whole life. I would give it probably 7 bottles of wine to deal with what happens. So essentially,
man, it's not a good.
I'm not encouraged.
It will totally mess with your head. So essentially, I'll just give you guys like the quick synopsis, since none of you are actually going to watch it. So if you want to watch it and you don't, if you are listening and you don't want to watch it, or you want to watch it and don't want to know what happens, pause yourself for like a minute and then you can listen after that. So essentially, it is this Mormon family in the 70s, and this new family comes to their church, la-di-da, whatever. So the dad of the new family takes interest in one of their daughters, and all of their kids were like almost the same age, so they all had friends. Anyway, so this new family, the dad starts sleeping with the mom of the daughter that he eventually abducts. He gets a hand job from the dad of the daughter he eventually abducts, and then he abducts this girl twice.
That was a lot to follow.
He convinces her that they have been abducted by aliens and that her dad is not her real dad. Her dad is actually an alien, and she is supposed to repopulate this alien planet, and he is supposed to help her. And so she is like 13 and he is like 35.
Hold on one second. Did you say the dad?
Yes, that's the part that I wanted you guys to see.
I was trying to figure out this whole hand job.
That was the part I wanted you guys to see.
So the dad
of
gave the other dad.
The dad of the daughter that gets abducted gave the dad of the new church family a hand job.
For what reason?
Oh, because this dude was trying to get in with everyone. So after he already started an affair with the wife, he decides that he needs dirt on everyone. So for some reason, the new dad calls the abducted girl's dad and is like, hey, let's go for a drive. They're like, cool. So while they're in the car, the new dad is talking about how he just needs some relief. And for some odd reason that they don't ever actually tell you about, the dad of the abducted daughter goes along with it and is like, oh, it's just boy stuff. I'm not a boy, but I would venture to say
that's pilgrim boy stuff.
That you guys probably, you guys as men, probably
no brothers,
probably do not just go with it as boy stuff in jacking off your friend. That's just my assumption.
That was not part of my boy experience.
Is that a fair assumption that that's not normal?
That
among straight,
and at this point they are grown straight brothers. Men. They are grown men. They're straight in their 30s.
You're not doing.
They
that.
have families.
I mean, I dare to say straight men at all. They're not like giving their other buddy a handy.
I just always feel like Pilgrim dudes always do some suspect putting a ball, like you
plot twist. It was actually Robert Kraft is the dad of the abducted daughter.
That's
it's
hilarious.
not, but it'd be funny if it was.
But white boys always be they be putting their balls on the dudes' head when they sleep. It's a lot of homoerotic stuff. Dude.
All right. So
and I can say that because I've been on teams with. And I'm like, dude, like you ever do it to me when I'm asleep, bro? It's gonna be a problem, bro.
All right, so Ron, you give it how many, bro?
7 bottles of wine. I would say heavily drink while you watch it, but if you want to just look at the TV and utter the words pineapple, what the fuck repeatedly, then please, by all means, watch Abducted in Plain Sight. So, or if you feel like you just need to feel better about yourself and where you're at in life, like if you need to feel like you're doing a good job with something, you'll be better than these people. They waited 5 days before they called the police the first time their daughter got abducted. 5 days.
No, maybe they didn't want her.
They are interesting human beings.
Yeah.
So, if you want to feel good about yourself or if you want to just question people, watch Abducted in Plain Sight with alcohol. Please drink alcohol at the same time.
I want you, Mr. Gates.
Yeah, you saw what Jesus tells what Gates said.
He said he has no interest in watching two men give each other hand jobs.
Yeah, it's very.
Can we give that man a round of applause?
I just wanted you guys to watch Abducted in Plain Sight because I wanted your reactions to just that part.
Yeah, I have no desire to watch two men.
Hey, listen to this.
It's not a porn.
This underwater cold water cowboys. So this is a dad and his son talking. Oh gosh, I didn't get it. But if you hear these dudes talking, man, they're like me. Like it almost sounds like a bunch of pirates talking. No, they're not. They're Scandinavian. All right. Anybody else got any?
Yeah, I got one.
I can't believe I said, that's great radio.
I'm gonna go ahead and give
Heavy Hitters Radio Show. What's
4
up?
margaritas because you had to enjoy it.
It was Margaritas Day.
Margarita
Friday, wasn't it?
Yes,
to San Juan, Puerto Rico, yo.
Ay, brrr.
I think that's Mexican, but we won't. We'll just go ahead and roll with it.
Don't matter.
Yeah, it does.
It's
matter.
all the same. Right?
No, don't tell them.
Oh, all of a sudden,
wow.
no, all of a sudden, you are, you like taking up for a population.
Yeah, Puerto Ricans are more like black people than Mexican.
Here you go.
They had slavery.
And don't get me wrong, they were.
They didn't want to oppress people. Yeah.
You know. I had somebody ask me. They go, well, there's black people in Canada, but they're French, right? No, they are African that got dropped off up there or ran up there.
The crazy thing about Puerto Rico
that's where the Underground
is
Railroad
all of us in this room could be Puerto Rican because we all different shades, even run, and we will all be Puerto Rican.
I finally fit.
Like you can sit in there and
we're all American, by the way. We're all everything.
What I'm saying is, in Puerto Rico.
They're all Puerto Ricans, like they're not. They don't say dark. They don't.
They don't have like I'm dark skinned. They're just all Puerto Rican. But they do have colors. They
like that.
They do have a light skin because I talked to some natives and they do get mad.
So what'd you say?
If a white Puerto Rican.
What'd you say? Natives.
The natives.
Oh, okay. You scared me.
Talk to a dark skinned Puerto Rican. Like they don't like that. It's crazy. It's everywhere. It's mad.
And you
interesting.
You give Puerto Rico what?
Oh, 4 margaritas.
4 margaritas.
Let me tell you something.
Only because you need to be relaxed and chill.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. Everybody know, Jeezy makes no mistake that Jeezy is a boob guy. However, Puerto Rico has the ass game on lock. Bumbly. Yeah. Holy smokes!
Yes,
it is like. Okay, there's
I want to start using the word indubitably.
Like, do it just come with the package? Like, you just automatically. However, I will say one thing about the trip is either everybody my age in our age group was working or doing something else, but it was a lot of young. I forgot it was a President's Day weekend, so it was a lot of young, like 20 in their early 20s, mid 20s, walking around. It was very crazy. But however, man, Puerto Rico. They have recovered kind of nicely as far as at least Isla Verde, I should say. Now the other part of the island, I don't know. I know coming in the tornado, you can still see like houses and stuff. It's all kind of jacked up.
That's rough.
Old San Juan, oh my God, it is amazing. I actually met a dude from the crib at Old San Juan, from the G. Like, what's the odds of running somebody from Gary in Old San Juan?
They're all over. It's like roaches.
We everywhere.
Yeah,
People from Gary are like roaches?
They're everywhere. They don't die. And
then they had what was down there? They had a Bully Blue.
Crips, maybe.
They had a Bully Blue convention of pit bulls. So you seen all kind of like little odd shaped pit bulls down there, man, which was kind of cool.
That's nice. And so you give it.
Yeah, man.
All right. So
chance, man. Go to San Juan, yo.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I tell you what, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. You're listening to us live on Spreaker.com, man. There's all kind of ways you can check us out. Matter of fact, D-Lo talked about all those earlier. All right. So I tell you what, here's what we need. There next week, guys. By the way, team, next week, Fat Tuesday.
Yes.
Next Tuesday,
I'm bringing a king cake.
Next Tuesday's Fat Tuesday, man. So we got to figure this out. You know what? We might be on location somewhere. I will do some scouting a little bit, as much as I can. But we need to be on location somewhere for Fat Tuesday. D-Lo, you working somewhere? Are you DJing somewhere?
We need to go to St. Louis this weekend.
Well, we're not doing that. All right? We're not doing that.
What's wrong with St. Louis?
No, but I may have a location spot for us where I'm DJing here coming up. So
okay,
we'll talk about that.
I thought about the new spot that I haven't seen you there, but I've been there a couple times. Been Top Speed was there and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, so hey guys, you listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We're a podcast straight out of Naptown, Indianapolis, Indiana, man. All right, you guys ready for this? Top 4, man, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna get into some sports and all that kind of stuff. You guys, you ready for that? Yes, no.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know. We ready for it. I thought you said top 4. I don't know what that is.
Hey, what? Oh, I'm sorry. The Mount Rushmore.
Every time I want to call it Mount Everest.
It's Mount Rushmore.
Every single time.
It's Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore makes way more sense.
It's Mount Rushmore, right. And so
Ron give us the epic Jalen Michael Brown.
And so,
yeah,
here's what was
funny.
Here's what was funny. So I was talking to Ron, and she's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to go see Salt and Pepper,
New Kids on the Block,
New Kids on the Block,
Naughty by
and
Nature.
Naughty by Nature." That's only 3, but.
What kind of concert is that?
It's happening in Indianapolis on May 5th.
That's
Cinco de Mayo is also one of my favorite holidays. It's my best friend's
man.
birthday.
That's like the.
I like Mexican food.
Oh, that's like a mixed bag of fans in the crowd, bruh.
Right.
Salt and Pepper.
There's a little bit of
Boys.
something for everyone. It's not Backstreet Boys. It's New Kids on the Block.
That's even worse.
No, they're very, very different.
New Kids on the Block.
Marky Mark is in New Kids.
But Marky Mark is not going on tour.
No, he probably won't. Although, aren't they bringing a burger place here? Didn't I read that at some point of my life?
I think you're mixing up your Wahlbergs. Marky Mark was part of the
Funky Bunch.
Funky Bunch.
Oh, maybe. Okay, whatever.
Donnie was New Kids.
New Kids on the Block is
you're mixing up your Wahlberg.
New Kids on the Block is not. They're not my people because they were before my time. So I don't want to see New Kids on the Block. But I'm down with 2/3 of that concert.
And
my boy bands are. My boy band is NSYNC because you can only pick one.
1 second.
So Run is down OPP.
Yeah, no, I am. But I don't want to be with New Kids on the Block. I'm out for that. I can just leave early. Sorry. Go ahead.
That was outstanding.
Yes.
Good job. And she's down with OPP.
Yes.
And
you know me.
She wants a tramp.
Yep. That's
what
exactly
you call
right.
me? Yes. Hey, so, all right. So, I tell you what, man. On the route, sorry.
I want to cut you off. I just want to raise my hand.
Yeah, all right, buddy.
Can we be honest?
Go.
Can we have a moment of honesty? If Salt and Pepper really they should really only sing like 2 songs and get off stage. Can we be fair?
No, they can sing.
Well, they got way more than 2 songs they can go to.
They can sing Tramp.
They can sing Tramp. They can sing.
Let's talk about sex.
That's number 1.
I'll take your man.
Shoop.
Okay, so 3 songs.
Express yourself.
Yeah.
So
we
4.
have said at least 6 of them.
It's your thing.
So 5.
Nah, man, they got at least 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Yo, they about to get paid.
I'll give you 5 songs.
Nah, man, they got
you know what? I will say.
got more than 5.
I mean, I will say. I feel like that we could gather enough money to have Salt and Pepper and
Come on, heavy hitters.
and what's name like
Naughty
right
by
here,
Nature.
like right here, right now. Naughty by Nature, like in the living room.
Let's be real. Naughty by Nature only got like 2 songs too. Here we go, somebody, and then OPP, and then
No,
they got less than they got less than Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, they do have less than
They
Salt.
got less.
But they've got a few hits.
I would love to see Salt and Pepper. I named my guinea pigs after them.
I mean, that's bad. Well, you got a
Plus that's my go-to
So it might be a
karaoke
quick
song.
concert then.
Yeah, but
this not our music, man.
I'm leaving
Run
before.
felt something.
I'm leaving before New Kids on the Block happens though, because I don't.
All right, so like,
They're not my
remember this
people.
one, right? And then you know what? This. Oh god.
I mean, y'all ain't like me to like.
This wasn't bad.
Yeah, y'all. I mean,
this is not our music.
You know, shout out to D-Lo G, man. They put me on game. They had like 7 songs out of a 20-year career. They had 7.
I mean,
No, I'll
come
tell you
on,
what.
bro.
This
They
one
weren't
right
hot
here.
all
Well,
20
I'm not
years.
familiar.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I am familiar.
That shit was trash. Get it off.
Nah, man, that's a joint that goes, man. That was the one with EU. They dropped it after the butt.
Nah,
Came out all around
No,
that
it's not our
school days
song,
time.
man. Salt and Pepper. Give it up for Salt and Pepper, man. I'm shaking my booty. Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one.
Get up. Everybody get up. Yo, verse 2 is like my favorite all-time female hip-hop verse.
that is not true.
It is true.
Why are you telling him what his opinion
Because
is?
I know he's a music. I got so I know anything from I could name. I don't know who he like. D-Lo strikes me as a guy that likes lyrics.
I mean,
What about
they have their
this?
place.
So I could say like Foxy Brown or like
See, look, you know what? So far I played.
I was giving
7
D-Lo
songs.
shit. It might be his
So
greatest verse
far
of
I
all
played
time.
7. I played what?
4 songs.
This sounds like a great concert
I
now.
need you to learn how to make tallies or something and count.
You only play like 4 songs,
It's been more than.
and none of them I know. Except for like
Yeah,
the first
yes, you have.
2. The first 2 I knew. I don't know that shit.
You didn't know the last one he just played?
No, I
Let's
did
talk
not.
about sex. You don't know this song?
I know that. That's
This is my go-to karaoke song.
yeah.
Everybody knows this. Matter of fact, all
it's-
these songs are not our songs, man. They're Salt and Pepper songs.
Yeah.
They're not ours.
You,
We're not permission.
the bow-legged one. Yeah. What's your name? This is my go-to karaoke song.
Go.
Here I go, here I go, here I go again. Girls, what's my weakness?
Man.
Okay, then chillin', minding my business. Yo, saw a look around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared. My niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kind of, wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits. Oh, no, that don't make me see what I want. Slide to it swiftly.
Oh, my
Don't sit in
goodness.
my hips,
What
so
happened?
I dip back to my bag of tricks.
Okay,
and I flip
I'm
forward.
slightly
Made me
impressed.
want to do tricks for him. Lick them like a lollipop should be licked. Came to my senses and I chilled for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell. Hell makes me want to shoot.
She's on, folks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't been that impressed.
Yeah.
I have not been that impressed.
That's
with
my
Ron
go-to karaoke
since
song.
she came through with the golden box of
Yeah,
gratitude.
right.
Can I get some fries with that shake? She's
she's one for 2. She's one for 2 years.
Be an Uzi or a shotgun bang. What's up with that thing? I wanna know. How does it hang?
she's even
Straight
on
up,
beat.
wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover. Like Prince said, you're a sexy mother. Well, I like 'em real wild. B-boy style by the mile. Smooth black skin with a smile.
Maybe at the right
Bright
pitch.
as the sun. I wanna have some fun. Come and give me some of that yum chocolate chip honey dip. Can I get a scoop? Maybe take a ride in my coupe. You make me want to shoot.
Hey, next week, can you sing Roughneck?
No, this is my only one. This is all I do.
Run is
This
like
is
2 for, she's 2 for 2 years, yo.
This,
on
this
the
is it.
impressive
This is all I
level.
do.
That's hilarious.
This is the one song. You got
High five to Run,
Thank
yo.
you.
She came through on
Appreciate
that
that.
one.
Here's another one. None of us heard this.
Then why you playing it?
'Cause it's an ad?
I'm sure they never heard of it. They made it.
That was an ad.
No, it wasn't this. This. I don't
Yeah.
even know what. I have no idea what this.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I have. Okay. I have.
It's
None of your business. Yeah, I heard that.
I heard that before. I mean, so if they do all these 9 songs, they'll have a great.
All these 9 songs. Do you think they'll let me get on stage with them?
Yeah, probably so.
Can I shoot with them?
You know what's funny? Because I wonder if Tretch is still. Remember, because Tretch was dating one of them
Spinnerella
back in the day. So.
No, then the big one, Pepper. Yeah. Everybody wanted Spinnerella back in the day.
Why you say that?
She was bigger than the other. I mean, she was taller. I mean, she was bigger than the other.
The big one.
Spinnerella was the finest one, and she did nothing but play an imaginary turntable.
She got paid.
I don't think she mixed anything.
She did, man. She was a DJ.
She was a
sure
DJ?
she did.
Yeah.
I heard the same thing D-Lo heard. That she was not spending anything on it. She was just there.
Well, you know what? She had the greatest job in the history.
I mean, like this how I know this how I know the rumor might be true. DJ Jazzy Jeff actually still spins to this day. Spinnerella is not spending anything.
No, she's not.
If you a
Probably
DJ,
spending
if you a DJ, you
Like a
DJ.
radio DJ.
Hey, so man, that's the case, man. Well, although Ludacris, you know, man, I guess he's doing other things. He's acting and doing all those other
He was Mr. Lava Lava.
Hey, so all right, Ron.
Yes.
Can you run that news?
I sure can.
Yes. Oscar.
Okay. So many things to discuss.
The brothers won. The brothers came up good in the Oscars. Man.
Yes. So
Conspiracy.
I want to go back to R. Kelly just for
I
a
want
hot
to talk about Jesse too.
Yeah. I want to go back to R. Kelly just for a hot second, and then we'll do Girl Scouts, and then we'll do the Oscars. So, Kathy Lee Gifford, because
what's happening with her?
She says that R. Kelly needs Jesus.
Of course he does.
She said that
the same Jesus that molested the boys.
She said that he really just needs to worry about the one and only judge. I knew you would like that.
The same Jesus of the Catholic Church talking about.
Oh, God.
Also, moving
same
on.
one.
That one was short. Okay, so did you guys hear?
Is she leaving too? Like, is she retiring or something?
I mean, she still has her horrible singing career, and she is not going to be the co-host on the 4th Hour all the time anymore of the Today Show.
Yeah, I thought she was retired. So.
Yeah, she still has her horrible music career. She's not a very good singer, you guys. Okay, did you guys hear about the dude that bought $540 worth of Girl Scout cookies so that
it was too cold outside?
Yeah. So he got arrested today on drug charges.
That's because he had money.
So drug money funds the Girl Scouts. Welcome to America.
He bought 540 boxes.
No, $540. He bought 108 boxes.
I was about to say 108 boxes.
Because it was cold outside?
It was cold out.
Yes.
She didn't want her to be out. He didn't want her to be outside no more. So he bought it all up.
And then he got arrested.
So then
today.
You know, I mean, but you know what?
Federal drug charges.
Oh, man. He's doing a good job.
I know. It made me kind of sad. Okay, so let's talk about the Oscars. Do you want to start with...
Are you okay with that, though? I mean, like...
my question was he under investigation before or after he spent that $500?
See,
it doesn't say.
You know what?
That's a good question. It does not say.
Because I'd be in trouble I'd do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, granted, it's only $500, but you know what I mean? I wonder if he brought away, if somebody was like, let me go look at his Facebook page. You know what I mean? You never know how, like, that kind of...
Right.
You go viral for a good deed.
And then all of a sudden,
you know what I mean? Like, you got something on your page where, there's some questionable activity.
Well, it probably didn't help that he got all this attention from it, because there was one post on Facebook about how wonderful this person was, and then it got shared 100 times.
You know what, Jeezy?
Thousands of times.
You might be barking up the right tree.
You know what I mean?
That.
So I'm saying, man,
all of a sudden somebody was like, well, man, Yeah. Because, I mean, here's the thing, though, folks. People do cool stuff like that, even if they're not drug dealers.
Correct.
And guess what? Drug dealers might do it too, and that
there's a reason why my name is LGZ, and there's a reason. I don't need people looking me up, man.
That's still.
I don't need people going to the Google machine, Googling my name, and then all my Facebook posts and everything.
They'll still find you for sure, because matter of fact,
they can, but it's gonna be hella difficult, yo.
And man, ever since we got,
and you don't know,
because we said it tonight. Oh, look up the code, look up here,
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it easy.
That's fair.
Right.
So this dude apparently works with a team of people who imports drugs from Mexico and distributes them in the Carolinas. The suspects
bruh.
are accused of conspiring to smuggle more than $1 million in cash out of the country.
They need to call the Ozarks.
Right. Wash your money.
All right.
Okay.
Damn.
What else?
Moving
you
on
got?
to the
Hold
Oscars.
real quick. That's best of. You got $1 million. You can't do nothing with it. You get a meal, and you just like, man, I just can't even. I got to spend this $9,000 at a time, bro.
Not even $540 at a time on Girl
apparently.
Scout cookies. Okay, let's
Damn.
move on to the Oscars. So, Gigi's very excited to talk about
No,
this
not
one.
really, but
yeah,
I didn't
he
watch.
is. So, Billy Porter is a Broadway performer and a gender fluid artist. He showed up on the red carpet wearing a half tux, half gown.
Is that's the he's a brother, right?
So
Yes.
Anytime you hear anything
Yes.
half dress, something, it's a brother, man. Like only we go the extra mile, dog. Like we just can't. It's like when the pilgrim is gay, man, he wear a suit, tie. He might wear a tight Euro suit with a small tie, but he's still wearing like man clothing. It's like the brothers, man. We got to go the extra mile. Like play this.
Extreme masculinity.
I've been to Atlanta and I've been to San Francisco. San Francisco is like the gayest, like one of the top for like pilgrim gay people.
The land of fruits and nuts.
Is San Francisco. You go there.
Who? Did you say the land of fruits and nuts? Who said that?
My grandfather, who's the smartest human being on the face of the planet,
What
he
I'm
used to live in
saying-
California, and that's what he would say.
Like, but San Francisco is we all know it's a lot of LGBTQ up there. Like,
Yes.
but it's mostly pilgrims
Yes.
live up there. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. You go there, it's like it's just regular Joes. They gay, but it's like regular people. Like, how you doing? But you go to Atlanta, which is like the black gay mecca. It's like it's like a bunch of dudes. Like it's like they got to one up each other. Like, let me wear high heels. Let me wear a shawl. I mean, it's like, come on, bro. Like, you can be gay, but you ain't got to be a woman. Like, you can be gay and just be a man and be gay.
Yeah, but so being gay is
Yeah.
different than being trans, is different than being gender fluid.
I ain't
and
getting
so
all that. I know
there
what, man.
are all kinds of different things
I'm
now.
41 years old, man. I ain't got time to keep up with all that mess.
I'm just telling you.
You know, so
Hey, have you guys ever heard
what is
of,
gender fluid? Do we pee like on the side? He like lay down and pee or something? Like, what does that mean?
Means you go back and forth fluidly between
So
the
you
two
see,
genders.
you
That's
sit down and
amazing.
pee sometimes, sometimes stand up.
Yes.
Like,
That's amazing.
it's amazing to me, man. This gender fluid, like this, the world we living in, man.
Yes.
It's like an episode of Black Mirror that
Hey,
came true.
you know. I've heard of this too, guys. You ever heard of semi-identical twins?
Yeah, it's,
So what that is, semi-identical twins is where
one hung more than the other one.
Well, no, you have twins that are born, and like one say is female, and the other is a hermaphrodite, and so then at that point the family gets to choose. You know, don't want this person, don't want this other one that's a hermaphrodite to be male or female. Now I'm gonna tell you something. One of my favorite, most beautiful women I think in the whole wide world, my entire life, is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm talking about from when
Ever dropped some breaking news on me?
when I was real
Is she a
little.
hermaphrodite?
She was a hermaphrodite.
Yeah, you didn't know
I
that?
did not know that. Hold on,
Wait a
stop.
second, time out.
Jeezy is
Time
coming
out.
unglued.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a
Unglued.
second. What we just hear?
What we just? Wait a minute. This is
For those
break-
of you that may have missed it,
This
Jamie
is
Lee
breaking
Curtis was born a
news.
hermaphrodite.
It's not breaking
Doesn't
news.
she
It's
have
unfair.
kids?
She's not. She doesn't have both parts anymore.
Wait a minute. I didn't. Whoa.
Jamie Lee
Whoa.
Curtis is a hermaphrodite.
Whoa. Moose done dropped a landmine.
Because you loved her too,
But we
didn't
saw-
you?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
She was like the first boobies I've seen was
The
in like
first
Trading
one.
places.
the trade places.
The first ones, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you
back,
all-
even
you-
back when she was in.
You always remember your first.
back when she was in
Wait a minute, hold
with
on,
Michael
man.
Myers in there.
Time out, man. Time
Halloween.
Out. Time out, dog.
Yeah, that's it.
Jamie Lee Curtis was born with a pecker.
Yeah, she
I
had
did
both.
not.
Never heard that.
Wow,
before
I've
tonight.
never heard of that. Never.
You guys are crazy.
Moose gave me breaking news on the heavy hitters.
She's like 70. It's not breaking news.
She's not quite 70, but yeah,
She's still
up
hot.
there. Oh, she's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll
no,
give you that.
she's
But, like, it's not breaking news.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, her parents made the right choice.
This makes
Yes.
me think about the evening with Jake the Snake Roberts,
Right.
Yeah, man.
which was one of my top highlights in 2018. I must tell you.
Yeah, no, man, no.
Hold on, man.
yeah.
D-Lo, did you? So this is news to you too.
This is news.
This
to
is
me.
this is news. You knew this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that news didn't make it all through the black.
It didn't make it all through the hood, yo.
It made its way through the pilgrim community. I'm actually pretty sure when we learned about hermaphrodites in biology in high school, that's when I found out that she was a hermaphrodite.
I learned about hermaphrodites from like
That's
Jerry
Asian
weird
Springer
porns.
and Jenny Jones, not weird porn.
Jenny Jones. I forgot about her.
Yeah, Jenny Jones was that
Sally
one.
Jesse Raphael. Their big old red glasses.
Yeah, she probably
Say
had them
what?
on there too.
You guys crack me up.
Now, you dropped the bomb on me.
That's what
Moose.
you would watch when you were sick at home. Wheel of Fortune.
Are you looking for pictures of her?
Sally
of her,
Jesse
of her wiener?
Raphael.
Are you Googling? I'm sure she got rid of it when she was a baby, right?
Say what?
So she got rid of it when she was a kid. Well, her parents did.
Yeah, what?
I mean, that's
What's
generally
up?
how it works.
What's the story of the progression of Jamie Lee Curtis's junk?
It's not. I mean, you know, it
From
changed.
James to Jamie.
It changed, and it was so long ago that everybody's like, "Well, it didn't really happen," but no, it's the case.
That's crazy. So she had a wow. So
She had both.
she had both. She can literally
Yes.
f herself.
Yes.
Just bend that thing up under them, like,
Asexual.
and she get herself pregnant. Ain't that a bitch?
Wait, I thought asexual was if you weren't attracted to
it
any
for sure
particular
is.
I mean,
All right, listen.
this
An
is
An
the educated.
asexual organism.
This is the educator of the group too.
We're getting
all
way
doomed.
off the subject. All right,
We
so
all
anyway,
doomed.
Jimmy Curtis, I love you.
So this dude wore a dress tux.
Could Jamie Lee Curtis
All right,
get it?
so
I don't know about now though.
let me ask you this. All right, so I saw the pictures.
a velvet tux
I
dress.
saw the picture of this guy.
30
So-
minutes ago, yes.
I mean, and like it's a
Life comes at you fast.
God,
beautiful
focus,
gown.
guys.
No,
God,
Boo,
let's
Boo,
focus.
hold on, man. You realize, man, like literally 20 minutes
You
ago,
just totally
Jamie Lee
rocked their
Curtis
whole world.
could have got it. At this point, it's like, no, no, man.
Well, she wouldn't have got it anyway from any of us. Like it's over with. Yeah.
I went from 12 to 6.
Imagine a hand gesture there.
Real quick.
It's all good. You know what?
We are not mature enough for this conversation.
No, you are not.
Why did you tell us this on
I
the
mean,
air?
what if you go to rub and you feel a little bump, like a little?
You know how what's his name? Drake
Can't
had,
land on that
you know
landing
how Drake got 0 to 100 real
Yeah.
quick. You know what ours is?
12
to 6 real quick.
Real quick.
That makes me so happy
Yeah.
right there. 12 to 6.
12
real
to
quick.
6. Ryan
I saw
has an
Jesse.
idea with 12 to 6.
I do know what
what's
that
the boy's
means.
name? Jesse Smollett.
White Tupac, give me gay Tupac.
Yeah. 12 to 6.
Not-
real quick.
Not
When he
like-
told that story, he was feeling himself. I swore back because I ain't no hoe.
Hey man, I'm saying is I fought back. I did everything.
I did everything.
Come on, yeah, you did
You know what I'm
everything. 'cause
saying?
You did everything because you bought everything.
You know what I'm saying? They got my booty hole.
And I know we're kind of skipping over real quick. Ron, we'll come right back to you. But I mean, like,
I'm done now.
did you guys see how? Did you guys see how they had these guys buying? They had them on video.
Everything.
Yes.
Buying all
Everything
the stuff,
from the same store.
hat,
Everything from the same
you
store.
know, the bleach, everything.
Because they didn't care. They already got
From the
paid.
same store.
They
on
bought
camera.
everything
From the same
and
store.
they had them on video.
Yeah. Charles Barkley had me crying when that
What'd
cat
he
was
say?
like, Jason, you realize, man, don't write a check for nothing, yo. What are you doing? I don't write a check.
I don't even get
He
it.
wrote them a check?
Yes.
I missed that part.
For $3,500.
Shut up. I missed the part that it was a check.
You wrote a check,
Oh,
bro.
my Lord. Why?
And then Charles Barkley was like, if you wanted to get beat up, just go to Liam Neeson neighborhood. You could have took care of that.
That's hilarious.
I love Charles Barkley.
Ooh, that's funny.
And so, here's my thing, man. Like, this video, there's cameras everywhere, and your phone is pinging everywhere. The minute you touch something, do something on it, your phone is pinging in that area.
It's the mark of the beast, man.
And so, I mean, can you really get away with much these days?
I mean, but how can you orchestrate an attack that was supposed to be caught on camera, but it wasn't caught on camera?
Right. He's probably in his hotel room. Where
How you gonna get a foot long at 2 in the morning? What subway is open at 2 in the morning?
One's in Chicago?
maybe
There was a
another
question
city.
mark at the end of
Justice
that.
community?
Right. He gonna get a real foot long.
Maybe he's going to get a foot long.
I know, right?
It's gross.
Maybe he's trying to eat fresh.
Ew.
That was weird.
Double
All right,
boots.
run.
Oh,
You
gosh.
you run
So
that
who-
Yes.
and by the way, I heard his name is Justin. That's why it's like with a U, Jussie, Jesse, but it's really Jussie or whatever. Because his real name is Justin.
Justin Smollett.
Which is so
His
weird.
mama
to
named
me.
him Justin. I'm gonna call him Justin.
I'm gonna call him.
I'm call him Justin.
I'm gonna call him the gay Tupac.
He's not the gay Tupac though.
That's
He's-
what he said.
Yeah, he's weird. We already know he's weird.
Yeah,
So-
he's interesting.
So, right, so who won Best Actor?
I don't. We're not going into all of
Oscars?
those.
I mean, that's your. What is going on?
Oscars.
Do you?
I thought it was like the Oscar rundown. We talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is this
We don't
Yes.
necessarily need to run.
Yes,
down.
and the
Guess
one,
what it be?
the dude that won,
Yes.
the dude that won fell off the stage, which is really just the bigger part of the
He-
story.
he was-
Have you seen
the
Bohemian
one-
Rhapsody? That was a
No, I haven't
great,
seen Bohemian
great
Rhapsody.
I'm
movie.
never going to see it.
I saw it. It was a great movie.
No, how do I
Great
pronounce
movie.
this dude's name?
I don't know.
Mr. Movie Buff, Rami Malek. I don't know,
Yeah,
but he fell off the stage.
He's Mr. Robot.
Like hardcore, fell off the whole stage. Not like tripped and fell a little bit. Like on
he
the
was
floor.
good. He was good in Queen. He was real good.
He went to the University of Evansville. Also, we need to talk about Spike Lee at the Oscars, and
Naptown.
then we need to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of black
The
people won for
Kardashians.
not getting nominated the year before.
Although the Green Book won Best Film,
Their best film. Which I saw Green Book this weekend. It was actually pretty good.
I haven't seen
And,
it.
usually I don't like those. I don't like those kind of. I'm tired of those old like
A good
white
friend of
savior
mine-
films.
A good friend of mine said I need to see.
It was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty decent.
All right, what else?
So, did you guys hear or see what Spike Lee said?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you know,
So he won
Yeah.
Best Actor for Black Klansman.
no, not bad.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
Probably
God.
Best
Sorry,
Director,
not
man.
yes,
Best
Best
Dir-
Director.
Wasn't even best director. It was like best conformed art something or
Best adapted screenplay.
Adapted screenplay. Yeah.
Ah.
So that was for Black Klansman. So he gets up to do his speech. He's like thanking his family, and then he goes on to say,
2020.
let's all mobilize. Let's be on the right side of history. Make the moral choice between love versus hate. Do the right thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so then
Naturally, you know who responded to that.
well, yeah. So then
And
Trump
you know,
was
by the
tweeting
way,
things.
did you see he had shout out to Spike Lee, man. I appreciate you for having the rings on, man. He had the love hate rings, man, from Radio Raheem, man. What was his name?
Do the
Bill
right
Nunn.
thing. Bill Nunn.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
Bill Nunn, man. And man, rest easy, my man. But Spike represented you well at the Oscars, man. Love and hate. Although he had him on the wrong hands, it looked like to me.
Man, our president, he didn't take no time to respond to that, boy.
All right,
No,
so
yeah. So it was just the next morning, and the tweet has been deleted. But it was something about how Spike Lee should not make racist hits against the president, and how
Black
Trump
people-
has done so much for black people. You know, same
It's
same story, different day.
It's amazing how immediately. This is my problem with the narrative of like just black people in general. His response was he has done so much for black people, and his next comment was prison reform. Like what? Like wait a minute, man. Like, huh?
He is.
How was it not racist? Like your very next word was like, I did a lot for you black folks since y'all all go to jail.
Well, because I mean, like you know, when we talked about
ridiculous.
Kardashian earlier, remember she went there and talked to him, and he let the lady go.
I
and
know,
all
but he said
that.
for black people, it's just ridiculous. He responds quick to anything remotely, but you know, let some white folks go march and he's both people on both sides. But anyway, continue,
The
Ron.
good people on both sides. Man.
Speaking of the Kardashians and Run That News, we need to talk about Tristan and Khloe.
Man, I don't know why Tristan. Everybody gave him a bad rap. Like, dude, like he doing what Tristan do.
So the newest development in the Tristan drama is that he and Khloe are no longer together because he slept with family friend Jordan someone.
Of course.
And so this was like Kylie's best friend. So Kylie's distraught over it. And oh my goodness.
Of course she's not. She shouldn't
all of these things. And so
be. You're famous. She's not. And she's cute. And he want to hit. Of course he's going to hit. Of course.
who's not famous?
The friend.
The friend.
She's not famous.
Correct. She's not famous.
She is now.
She is famous now, but she also was a big part of Kylie's lip kits, and so she has been bought out of that company, so she is no longer a part of it.
She's paid now too. So now she's
Correct.
famous and paid, and still banging Tristan because they both agreed not to talk about it. I know I did some reading on that
Okay.
too.
Yeah. So that's what's happening in the Kardashian world.
But-
Jeezy knows everything today, so we should just let him say everything on the show.
No, I did research because I had a lot to talk about with this Tristan Thompson because it was weak. She's mad. I'm like, you get what you deserve because he was married when you took him from the girl. She was pregnant.
Yes, and he also already did this once.
Yeah, so you get what you get. Yeah,
Like you totally already knew what was happening.
You got him from a marriage. She was pregnant when you took him, and you at the games and everything, clapping in his jersey. What did you think was going to happen? That he was going to be like, "Oh, you're the best."
Well, yeah, I'm done.
I'm done
because
no, now somebody else whose booty a little tighter than yours. I need to go ahead and get that, and I'm paid, so I really need your money.
And she don't look like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, I'm paid.
Hilarious.
When you're rich, man, you just live a different life, man. Like, you know what?
All right, so I got a question for you
yes,
guys.
Sir.
All right, so if you think about your top 4 new, like your Mount Rushmore of news stories in the last month or so, right? Your top 4 news stories, your Mount Rushmore of news stories in the last month. What do you have on your books? Are you guys ready for that?
I don't know about y'all.
No, but
all right,
let's do it.
All right, so this is Moose, aka Big House, and I'm gonna say that the fact, and I'm gonna throw you guys several bones because I'm gonna go with stuff that you wouldn't know, that you wouldn't name. Does that sound good for you guys?
Cool.
Deal.
All right, so Meghan Markle, man, is already pregnant, and and she's having a baby. So what's his name? Prince what?
She's
with
Prince
Harry. So Prince Harry's wife is already having a baby, and she came over here, had a real swanky, affair, and now she's going back. She's been on a little bit of tour, and then she's gonna have a baby. So that's one. That's world news. She's already knocked up. I probably shouldn't say she's already royally knocked up. Is that all right? All right. So guess what else is happening? So the Indianapolis Colts have the highest amount of money in their cap, right? And you have two top players, man. You have Le'Veon Bell from the Steelers, and you have what's old boy's name? What's the receiver?
Antonio Brown.
And
but
Antonio
he's
Brown.
not a free agent.
And he's not a free agent. However, we can have the opportunity to get him. But from what I hear, the Jets are in the running, or San Francisco's in the running. Mm-hmm. Now, what I want to think is that the Steelers are trying to get rid of those guys and send them away from their divisions. They don't want them in the AFC. They want them in the NFC. Mm-hmm. So they won't run into them. So that's two things, man. You got. I'm taking this one. Sorry, guys, but President Trump is now in North Korea meeting with Kim Jong-il. But now, you know what? Somebody can still have that. Here's my news. Kim Jong-il, on the way to the summit, took like a 400-mile trip through his country, kind of parading like, hey, I'm on my way to talk to the President of the United States, kind of waving, shaking hands, kissing babies on the train, kind of making that happen the whole way.
What a dictator.
Man, he dictatored it up, dog. You know what I mean? He dictatored it up. And then, guys, this is something you guys would know. In 2021, the Indiana Pacers and the city of Indianapolis is hosting the NBA All-Star Weekend. Has not happened since I was a child. Matter of fact, I was there when I was a child. And I'm going to tell you who I remember in the game. Terrence Stansberry.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't that the Jordan Dominique dunk contest?
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
Well, one I think one was in Chicago.
It might have been, yeah. And there was guys like Bill Laimbeer, was in it. And I just remember this, man. My good friend Jerry, who I still see, here lately. His stepdad took us to the game, and then we went to Burger Chef after the game. and I had my mushroom burger, which I loved, and he ate the last bite of it, and I'm still mad. Like, I'm still down a bite of burger because of it.
You can't eat the last bite of someone's food.
That's what he did to me.
Wrong.
All right, so look, that's my 4. That's my Mount Rushmore in the news. Jeezy, what's up?
Well, for me, and for on my Mount Rushmore news is obviously my homeboy, my idol, Robert Kraft. Man, keep your head up. That's a big story, but you got to support it.
Did you just call him your idol?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah, I would hope that when I turn 87 years old, that my Johnson still functions at a level that a young lady.
He's only 77.
77, where a young lady that's in her 20s be willing to put her mouth on it and perform a certain
Please
action.
stop.
At least try to make it work.
And
for
your
me.
next one is what?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Please stop.
That one was kind of interesting.
I mean, every man in here at age 77 will hope a 20-something would do that.
Face that
Yeah,
possibility.
we all there. So shout out to Robert Kraft, and only it works, and they shot off. The cannon still works.
She's a good hummer.
Yes. The second story, I think the big story is that Tom got his 6th ring, man. So he's flying with Mike right now. Tom Brady just put his stamp on a very boring and very unenthused Super Bowl. I would think that I'm gonna go off topic. Well, I ain't gonna go off topic. My third news story is one that's not being talked about, but people still living it. Is I still want to bring. I think I'm gonna do my best to still shed light on this situation. Is that there's an American city that still don't have water.
Yes.
But, speaking of, I saw they have like a show on
Netflix. That's what made me bring it up. I saw the thing about
What's
Flint.
it called?
It's called Flint Town.
Okay.
Flint Town. Yeah.
And they still don't got no water, man. Like I don't know
Right.
how this is even possible that this is America.
Like in America.
In America, though, in America, Trump gets on TV and talks all this madness, but yet they still don't got water, and you're not doing anything about it because it's not in the forefront.
State of emergency. I left this one
About
down
a
for you
wall.
guys. State of emergency for a wall
didn't
that
believe it.
I believe it's the amendment 25 point something or other, where he can create a state of emergency. Now, typically, that is held for if you are in war.
Yeah,
like when they dropped atomic bombs type stuff. If
Use it
those
for a
kind
wall.
of things. They use it for a wall now, and they have not used it. And I don't think anybody said this, by the way. He has not used it to bring water
to Flint.
to bring science, to bring industry, to bring in the
To Flint.
What do you call those? The Army Corps of Engineers.
Yeah.
The Army Corps of Engineers into Flint to figure out how to fix
I can assure you that fixing the water problem in Flint won't cost $25 billion to build an unnecessary wall.
But you know
I would
what?
agree with that.
I got into a conversation with one of his followers. I brought up the Flint issue, and the follower said that Flint is a state issue as opposed to a national issue.
But there's still a state within the parts of these United States. They still a part. And they
absolutely.
You know what?
I
Unfortunately, D-Lo.
I mean, he's right.
That makes me super sad, but you are absolutely right. It's the same reason that they can say, Michigan can say, we can have legal weed.
Yeah, it's a law of the land.
So they can say we can have legal weed. Michigan said we can have legal weed, but they have not fixed the water in Flint.
Maybe the
And
pot revenue will fix Flint.
The United States doesn't have to step in. Dang
It's sad. It's sad, but I mean they should. I mean, 'cause the thing is, man, there's a thing about what the law saying just being a good human being. If you get the means, like somebody made this point about I think it was Bill Maher I was watching about what's his name, Steve Bezos was the Amazon guy.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah.
How it's like all of these billionaires, they fight for all this land in these small and these already populated towns, yet. Like Hillary saying that she won the election because she won California and New York, all these population. But there's people in the flyover states that can use an Amazon going to their city. How about go to Nebraska, Iowa, put your warehouse there in those Midwestern towns and build up those towns and those cities instead of already going to already this populated area in New York City that already got a ton of money, that already has, rent through the roof. Go to some of these small towns that need to have jobs. I mean, think how much money Amazon can do if they went to Detroit, or they went to not Detroit, like Flint, or they went to Saginaw, or they went to Des Moines, or they went to Omaha, or hell, even in Indianapolis. Like, what would that do for those areas that has the land, that has the resources? Like, it would do tremendous things for those areas, and it would bring new jobs. Or go to Pennsylvania and get those people out of the coal mines and put them behind a computer.
Yeah, I mean, we totally understand that there would be a huge boom to society, but they also need enough people in transit and
you can build a city around Amazon.
They don't have the money. They don't have no.
What do you mean?
We're not trying to spend money to make. All we want to do is build this thing and everybody be able to get there. I'm not trying to build the trains and provide the buses and do all this stuff.
Do you know how many?
We're not doing that. Come on, you understand business. You understand business.
Are you kidding me?
You understand business.
You. Okay, if you say so.
You understand business. Yeah, you know what? I want to build my building in this joint, and I want everybody to be able to get there and do that stuff.
So you saying Des Moines?
That's how I'm helping.
So you saying if he came to Indianapolis wouldn't bend over backwards?
We're not talking about Indianapolis.
I said like Des Moines.
Yeah,
Des Moines, Iowa has like 1 million people there, like close to it.
No, it's not.
We can Google it. I mean, I guarantee it's close to.
Name on it.
Des Moines, Iowa is close to the size of Indianapolis.
No, Indianapolis is the 14th largest city in
Des Moines, Iowa is pretty big. It has to have at least 500,000 people.
It's not.
You want to know the population of Des Moines?
Yeah.
Indianapolis is the 14th largest city. Excuse me. And so here's the issue. You find it already?
217,521.
Yeah.
Okay, so 200,000 people.
So on any given day, damn near, if you had a Michigan game, they're almost bigger than that city.
So what I'm saying, so if you put Amazon in Des Moines, you don't think the population of Des Moines will boom? It wouldn't build.
They would boom, but how they got to buy cars to get there. They got to do all that kind of stuff.
People will move to the same way people move to Milwaukee.
Yeah, but is there space for people to move? Would Des Moines have
to? It's the Midwest. It ain't nothing but space.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
What are you talking about?
I would love to tell you. Would Des Moines have to build more apartment complexes?
Yes.
Okay, so who pays for that? Des Moines.
But when the population increased the same way Atlanta, the same way Milwaukee, when those tech companies moved to Minnesota because they got all them tax breaks, Minnesota, everybody started moving to Milwaukee. They started moving to Minneapolis. There's a reason why all them companies moved because they got tax breaks.
But they have to have a little bit going on first.
I don't think in the 80s, now I don't think Milwaukee was a booming city.
I mean, Atlanta, all those places, they had a little bit going on.
Atlanta, when Atlanta got the Olympics, Atlanta had nothing. And then the Olympics came in '96.
That's not true.
Atlanta population was like 200,000.
They had the Falcons there. They
had a team, but they didn't have a lot of people. They didn't have a lot of people
which
there.
means they had a little bit of infrastructure. You need a little bit of infrastructure to make it work.
When the Olympics moved to Atlanta in '96, after '96, the boom, it exploded. And people,
for sure,
it exploded.
But they already had the Falcons. They already had the they already had.
New Orleans only got like 80,000 people in the city of New Orleans, and they got 2 teams. They ain't big. The city of New Orleans ain't big. The city of New Orleans is not.
Yeah, Saints. Who else?
The Saints and the Pelicans.
Oh, now, yeah, the Pelicans are relatively new, but I mean,
but they had the Hornets before that.
They were there, weren't they?
Yeah,
but still, they're relatively new. They had infrastructure because you already had the Saints, so you already had opportunity. You already had all that stuff built in.
What's the population of New Orleans? I guarantee
right
it.
Now?
But you already had it built in. You don't understand what I'm saying.
What is a team that doing anything? Like I don't understand what you're saying with the team.
Infrastructure.
Green Bay has a football team, and they ain't got no infrastructure. It's Green Bay, and they got like probably 80,000 people live there.
You know what they've done? You know what they did though? The people own the team. They did a different thing because the people.
I love how you change the story up. Let's go.
The season. I'm not changing the story. I'm telling you the truth. The season ticket owners own the team. That's how they had to do it. You know what? They didn't do that here in Indianapolis when they brought the coach. They brought the coach because some dude was like, I got the money to fund them. None of us that already lived here in Indianapolis had to buy shares in the team. But in Green Bay, to keep the team, because it's so small, they had to sell. They figured it out how to make money. They sold shares to the team so that they can keep the team there. I mean, come on, man.
But the point I'm trying to make is why can't the same thing be done if you put Amazon in the Midwest, in one of these Midwestern cities? You can build around Amazon. You can build your whole city. If you go out to Silicon Valley,
who's going to build it?
The town will build it. What are you talking about?
They ain't got the money.
What do you mean they got the money? Yes, they do got the money.
The town's
you
done.
get a loan. You get all that stuff happens like San Francisco.
You get a loan. It's so easy.
Before Facebook was built there, they built cities around Facebook. Before Apple moved to Silicon Valley, there was nothing there. They built a city around Apple
because Apple went there, and then stuff started.
That's
happening.
why
not the city.
Why
Amazon?
Not the city.
Why can't
Amazon's not. That's not their business model. I'm going somewhere where people can already come to our joint. We already got an airport there because we got to ship all our stuff out. I'm not gonna move in the middle of somewhere where I can't ship my stuff out. If all my business is
so you saying Des Moines ain't got an airport?
What's that?
She's saying Des Moines ain't got an airport?
They don't have an airport big enough. I mean,
they can build one.
Who's gonna? Oh my gosh! Geez, you think everybody just got money in their pocket?
If Amazon
Amazon doesn't want to build it because Amazon's
not building it.
I'm not telling Amazon to build anything. What I'm saying is,
the city can't afford it.
If Amazon said, "Hey, we can went to your town," the town can say, "Okay, you know what? We can fund this, and this."
You know why the reason they didn't move there? Because the city couldn't afford it. New York can't afford it. Indianapolis can't afford it. Where was the other place? They were moved somewhere in Virginia. Virginia can't afford it. Those places can't afford all the things they need to make their business well. That's why they moved there. Because, you know what, Jesus? You're absolutely right, man. You know what? If I was going to start a big multi-million-dollar business, I want to move where the land is the cheapest and the rent is the cheapest and all that. But if I'm a shipping company, I need the airport to be well. I need mass transit to be up and running. I need enough electricity to keep my stuff running. And if I move to the middle of Podunk, I ain't got it.
I'm not saying the middle of Podunk. I'm saying a mid
200,000 people ain't enough.
No, it can be enough.
It's not.
You think if you build if Amazon went to, let's say, I'm just saying Des Moines. I'm just throwing Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
People from Chicago will immediately move to Des Moines.
But you gotta have it set up first.
You gotta build it. It has to be built.
Who's gonna pay for it?
You think the building's just gonna show up overnight? The building takes time to get built. So while this infrastructure is being built, it takes time to build. It's infrastructure. It takes years to build this stuff.
If I'm Amazon, I ain't trying to take years to do nothing. I want to build a building and be ready to rock and roll. I can do that in Indianapolis because I already got a hub. Well,
FedEx is here.
That FedEx uses. If I go to Tennessee, if I go to Nashville, I already got a hub. If I go to New York, L.A., if I go to even if I go down to Carolina, I already got infrastructure built so that I can put my building in there, and then we off as soon as I get done building. I'm not trying to go somewhere and build an airport and bring the trucks in.
But from a business standpoint, like you were saying, it would almost make sense to put it in the middle of the country because you're not paying. The shipping costs to go east to west is the same. It's because you're in the middle, so it's easy to go from here.
But they're global, so I don't even think you can put as much emphasis on that.
That's true. I just feel like the rich is always.
Oh, that was easy.
You know what? Hey, D-Lo, you got to talk more. If you say they're global, and he goes, "That's true."
That's true. I mean, they're global.
And then he just stops.
I'm done.
That was amazing.
Because he brought facts.
I'm so impressed by that.
Oh, you say he brought facts?
Yeah, no.
Facts. They're global.
Obviously, this side of the table is not talking any kind of truth.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. We looked up numbers. We gave you everything you needed, but it wasn't facts.
The facts are the people. What I'm saying is you can build it. You can
this
still
side
build
of
it.
the table
anyway.
is more emotional.
I'm not.
Jeezy's looking at it from a logical
I'm going to move
He's
on.
not looking at it from a logical
I'm going to move on
standpoint.
to one of my stories.
That's
All right, but that was my first story.
happening.
Amazon's not going to
I know, but
New
you
York.
took all the time.
That's not happening.
My story's not important.
Hey, do you have another two?
No, that was 4.
Was it name them real quick?
I forgot. The Amazon took it over. It was Amazon, Flint Water, Robert Kraft, My Hero.
Yes.
And then
they don't have 3. That's what I'm saying.
No, the 4th one was I forgot what important.
Yes, I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, Run. Go.
I don't know that I have 4. I'll try to come up with 4, but I will say my top one just happened today. Gerber introduced their new baby for the face of Gerber, and it is a Hmong. No, she's Hmong.
She's what?
She's Hmong.
What is that?
She's Asian.
Huh.
The Hmong are kind of like a lost.
Like Mongolian?
No, it's H. It starts with an H. They are from. Oh man, I did a whole study on them. They're from. They came through Vietnam during the war. I don't know. I would have to look it up for sure, but it starts with an H. Hmong. So there is diversity now in the Gerber ad campaign, so that makes me happy. I will say that one of my other he can't hear you out of his good ear. Let's see. Oh, I would say I think that locally in Franklin, they are currently testing water and toxins in relation to all of the forms of cancer that have recently come about.
That's good.
So they actually just called in a new organization to test the toxins because this organization can have the results in 40 minutes. The state and the government said they would do it before the shutdown, and it never happened. So Franklin has called in some other people to do that. So hopefully they will have some answers on the childhood cancer cases in Franklin.
So
Indiana.
I mean, like, you know, there was like 80% of the population of children who were stricken with some form of cancer.
Yes.
And then, you know, and so yeah, folks, if you haven't heard about that, man, you can look that up. It's in the Franklin community.
Yes.
In Johnson County, right?
Yes.
In Johnson County in Indiana. So, you know, we're not just talking out the side of our neck. So man, please check that out. Because it's serious. I mean, that's significant.
Yes. So actually, I mean, I know several people who were affected by it. So it's a pretty intense thing that they're really trying to figure out. They haven't had any solid answers yet. So they're working through that right now. So I might only have 2, and everyone else is distracted by twerking. So
what was that fill out? Was that a dildo?
Wow.
Yes.
Stop.
She's playing hermaphrodite.
Bang! Look, it's
I missed it. Your mic's in the way.
Her Jamie Lee Curtis fell out.
No, hold it. Hold it down here. Hold it down here.
She dropped her. She dropped her Jamie Lee.
Oh shit! Somebody.
Pineapples.
Whoa.
So maybe I only have 2 stories.
What you got, D-Lo?
Got to work harder, Ron.
I know. Well, this one caught me off guard. This was kind of a hard one.
Yeah. All right.
I can't think my way through this
D-Lo,
one.
what you got?
Yo, so for my Mount Rushmore of stories the past month or so, definitely gotta be with these clothatures, the Gucci and Burberry boycotts, just some of their inappropriate clothing that has been released here recently.
We didn't talk about the Burberry one on the show. Do you want to tell us what it was?
The Burberry one was they introduced a particular sweatshirt at one of their fashion shows, and the sweatshirt
you
came
posted that, didn't you?
with a noose tied for the strings on the front of the sweatshirt.
Yeah, it was like a hoodie, and so the strings out of the hood tied out like a noose.
And people got mad about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course people got mad about that.
It was literally shaped
It's incredibly inappropriate.
I never.
So certainly what was going on with Gucci, Burberry, and there were a couple other brands that released somewhat offensive clothing as well.
My hands. I got a question, man.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask. I'm being dead serious.
Please ask.
So when these designers who are not from America, right? They're not from America. When they go in their room and they drawing up these stuff,
Somebody thinks it's a good idea.
No, do they think I'm offending black people?
Maybe.
No, apparently nobody in their quality
are they
control
thinking
process does.
if they might just have an idea, say, you know what, I think it'd be cool to have this contraption on there and just put it on there.
I can't justify
This thing
it
that
like
looks
that because
just like a noose.
they know who is buying their clothing. Trust me, their market research
But
tells them
also,
where their audience is at.
our
who's
black
paying
people
for
aren't
it.
the only ones that had a noose around their neck. We're not the only. Like, we don't have the dibs on the noose. Like there are people throughout history who wore the noose though. So I don't understand like why only black people. Anything that involves slavery, like we get mad about it, but like we wasn't the only ones, man. Like natives had nooses around their necks. Witches in the old days, they was tied up and had stuff around their neck. Like we don't have the exclusive rights on that. We don't have the exclusive rights.
Then other groups should be offended as well.
Okay, but
certainly,
it's still.
we know what our experience was in this country, and we know that we were hung by the thousands.
So were they.
I don't know that.
Well,
but
no, let
from
me
my-
back to you. I don't know what
the personal American documented experience says that we were hung by the thousands.
Everybody loves to talk black power until they speak again. Okay, I don't get what that means.
I'm looking at a post. Folks, and it says everybody loves to talk black power until you speak against feminism or homosexuality. Then that white man's spirit shows itself.
What does that mean exactly?
So, black power says anything black, I'm with it. Until Jesse Smollett does his thing, and now I'm against him. He's a black brother. He's making his decision, but I'm against him because of that. Or
why is it that? No. See, that's the stupidity of people with these goofy ass memes. You know what? When Jesse, that's funny. Jesse, whatever his last name is, Jamal
Justin.
Like. We was against it, but now that he came out, he was lying. Like, no, you an idiot. Like, I ain't gonna ride with you because you an idiot, dude. Period.
Right, our blackness does not to be in your corner.
Yeah, I ain't gotta be in your corner when you an idiot.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna ride with you because you stupid. You gotta call you. You try to make extra money, and you fail, and
Yeah, but going on to my other stories here. Also, the flawed Virginia congressman, the governor, the lieutenant governor, possibly the attorney general as well. But then also here today, a Maryland congresswoman is being asked to step off of some committees because she referred to one of the districts in Maryland as the N-bomb district.
I did see that.
And ironically enough, these are all Democrats.
She said it was a Negro district.
She didn't call it the Negro
I know.
district.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
She said, the what?
Yeah, she was referencing Prince George County and
wow,
indicated that
I've been there.
Yeah.
Wait. She said
as a matter of fact, I vacationed there.
She said the full ER district.
Yeah, that's what she referenced.
Wow.
So
and she's a Democrat.
That was today.
So it shows you on both sides, you idiots. They all the same. It's all the same wing.
So I got a question for you. So all right. So we know that that governor like posted a picture. Well, he didn't post. He posed for a picture, in blackface at some point.
Who gives a shit?
Like 18 years ago. And then the brother that is the who I think ran on the Bobby Johnson ticket. You guys remember that movie with
South Central, wasn't it?
OG Bobby Johnson.
Not OG Bobby Johnson.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Vote for Bobby Johnson. He they never saw his face, and so and then he won because a lot of people did not know that the lieutenant governor was a brother. And so all of a sudden the lieutenant governor's brother said hey, he needs to quit. Oh shoot, the lieutenant governor's brother, he's been messing with women. You know what I mean? They didn't want that for sure. So is it a situation where both of them need to quit?
No.
Or do we pass judgment on people, man, that made decisions 18, 20 years ago? I mean, you know what? I mean, I'll tell you right now.
This dude, play this.
Moose was 18 30 years ago. Am I the same Moose as I was 30 years ago? No, I was not.
So this guy that you talking about that had the supposed blackface, what you have to look at is, first of all, his approval rating among African Americans in Virginia is like 70%.
Yeah,
because he's done healthcare, he's done so many things for the community. So
love it.
Yeah, it's because you put on the blackface when you was a kid or when you was 18 years old. Who cares, man?
So does it matter that?
No. Triple H, know one of my favorite wrestlers? Know what he did? He dressed up like The Rock. The DX. They all was in blackface. They all came out like the Generation X. This happened in the 90s. And guess what? Every Monday I still tune in to Raw.
Okay, so I just recently found out that Dr. Seuss was pretty racist.
Yes.
So nobody ever told me this. So I
everything could be racist if you read into it the most, but who cares, man?
So it's cool that
yes, doctors. I grew up on Dr. Seuss.
In 10 days, man, we got new Marvel coming.
Yes.
Anyway,
who cares if Dr. Seuss? Who cares?
Okay.
How is it racist? Because he said a cat and how he talk. What makes him racist?
No, well, there's a lot in his books, and
like
then,
what?
And then I'll let D'Lo get back to his
like what? What was
news
his
articles.
book?
So the Cat in the Hat is based off of blackface, and they talk about when the in the Cat in the Hat 2, when the cat takes a bath, there's ink all around the tub, and so that goes back to some ads where it showed a black baby drinking ink, and it said that was their milk. And then it goes on through a lot of his different books of talking about different groups of people and people not being accepted, and how even though they're characters, it still perpetuates the white savior. It perpetuates the oppression of groups of people. It does not promote inclusion. And so this week is Dr. Seuss weeks at schools. So should you dress your kid up in a Cat in the Hat?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Thing one, thing two.
Here's an opportunity to be honest.
I can tell you that in my classroom, we are not celebrating that.
I agree with
you. Know what, man? Know what the world gonna be here pretty soon? Like we gonna all walk around in like those little bubbles that you wear. That you can be bumping into people. Like everything can have a racial. Every movie. If you go back and watch any movie, any show from the past, they all have racial undertones or some type of racist anything.
But I don't want to keep supporting with my time and my dollars the ones.
Everything you watch,
the ones that are offensive to
every commercial. This is racist. This is racist, right? This commercial.
I don't know. I can only talk about it from my experience. I don't want to keep supporting things that perpetuated me and my people in a negative
Aunt
light.
Jemima, you got your syrup.
Help to perpetuate stereotypes about
Uncle Ben. Who was Uncle Ben? It's racist. All of that.
I do have a question for you guys. So, like, Dr. Seuss and all that stuff, most of us grew up with that stuff, right?
Correct.
And so are we messed up because we read it and thought it was cool and all that?
No, but I think the concern and the issue lies in when we blindly read these things to children, and these are the thoughts that children will go back to.
Which happened to us.
And so if there's not a conversation that goes with that, or if there are not positive associations with people of other races, then how do you ever overcome racism?
Green eggs and ham got read to us. One that, two that. This cousin it, all that kind of stuff got read to us, and we are fine.
Your community was different than the white community. You had positive associations of people of different ethnic groups. I did not. I didn't have that until I was in college.
Hey, real quick.
Everyone
real
I
quick,
went
guys.
to.
Hey, real quick.
You didn't have one to college.
You know what I'm gonna do? This is Kanye's. It's Kanye's new music.
Oh, you talking about? That's about Kim Kardashian. I hit it first. That's Ray J.
No, it's being silly.
That's who?
It's being silly. There you go.
But it's Ray J. So what did you have in college? Until college? You didn't read Dr. Seuss until college?
No. I mean, I had Dr. Seuss my whole time growing up, but where I grew up, everybody looked just like me. And so that was all that I knew. I didn't know what inclusion looked like. I didn't know what it was like to interact with anyone of a different race. And so what I'm saying is, if we are not having conversations about excluding people, like books.
You know where I grew up? Everybody looked like me.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
No,
And
who did
Gary-
you see on TV?
and Gary-
Who did you see on TV?
Wait,
no.
wait.
Who did you see on TV? Who were the leaders of America?
Yeah,
they did not look like you, and so you were
Well,
forced.
I didn't really care. I didn't really care about them people.
Here's what I'm telling you: is that you were forced to have associations positively with white people.
Yeah, of
My
course.
brother.
I
Of course.
only knew white people. That was all I knew. I had no positive associations because in my household, I had a friend. I lied to you. I had one person in my school who was half Filipino. And my dad said, that's the darkest I ever want to see come in this house. So that was how I grew up.
Yeah.
Okay? And in my household, pro athletes that were black, rappers, they were all thugs. They were bad. They were drug
Yeah,
dealers.
TV.
That is all that I was ever exposed to.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, if we have children that we work with and we are not talking about including people and how race can play a role into things, then are we setting them up for failure to continue this road of racism that never
Yes.
goes away?
Right.
Yes, we
Also, we, white people, because I am in that group, we do not call each other out for saying inappropriate things. We're at Thanksgiving and we're all sitting around the table and grandma says something that's racist. Nobody's going to call out grandma. So then the kids at the table hear it and that racism continues.
But Ron, let me ask you this question. It's never going to stop. And there's nothing you can do about it.
But how do we make it better?
You can't, because you know what? We talk about the Dr.
We
Seuss
can't
thing.
make it better.
If I say terrorism, instantly you think about somebody from Middle Eastern descent.
I do not anymore because I have different associations with people from Middle Eastern descent.
But what I'm saying is the mass majority has, when you say anything terrorism or explosion, you think of Middle Eastern person.
Heavy hitters.
When you think of
Radio show.
when you think of anything, like it's all stereotypes, and we all lump ourselves into these little groups, these little
Yeah.
stereotypes. It happens, like, and so to say when you think of a basketball team, you think of black guys. You think of quarterbacks, unfortunately, you think of white guys. When you hear the combines here this week, so you hear a lot of, oh, he's gritty, he has a high motor. What color is he, D-Lo? Gritty with a high motor.
With a high motor, he's black.
No, high motor.
Oh, with a high motor, he's probably black. Now if he's
No,
got,
black are athletes.
I mean, they're athletes, but if he's got good
Crafty.
knowledge of the game,
They get
if
crafty.
if he's a smart player,
He's crafty.
yeah,
He's
then
white.
certainly that's Pilgrim player.
Pilgrim, yeah. So
That made me so happy.
we have these codes. We have these codes that even when we watch TV, you have these codes that you use.
How do we undo
Hey, by the
it?
way, real quick, did you guys know that Cardi B is coming to Baker's Life?
And
Yes.
all of the
In
ratchet
July.
women in Indianapolis have already made plans to go.
Say what?
All of the ratchet
She
women.
can't
in
rap to me.
It's
Indianapolis
like it's Cardi
have
B,
made
Kevin
plans to
Gates,
go.
and Saweetie.
They like Saweetie too.
But have you
Kevin
heard
Gates
Saweetie's
with
things?
I've heard the So Icy joint.
She sounds exactly like my neck, my back chick.
Kia.
Yeah, that's her.
yeah.
That little seed plays. So he goes, Dad, check this out. I go, I've heard this before. So I played the original song. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, your people aren't doing anything. Then I had a super flashback to when my sister, who's about 11, 12 years older than me, I played songs with her like, doo, 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 doo. She's like, I heard this before. I'm like, yeah, right. And then she played some, like, oh, yeah, we're not doing anything new.
No.
It's so weird to me.
Hey, listen.
Cardi B?
Do we have time for me to finish my
Yeah, go
Mount
ahead.
Rushmore
Go
here?
ahead. Go ahead.
Please do.
All right. Well, my
Look at
next
these
story, I'll
boobs.
save sports for
Oh,
last.
yeah.
But my next story, there are women who are starting to come out regarding being paid to help fabricate the stories about Bill Cosby. So Janice Dickinson is actually the most recent one who's been caught and found to have smudged her story a bit to fit the narrative that helped send Bill Cosby to prison. So we've got that one. And then lastly, on my Mount Rushmore, Dell Demps being fired for not trading the unibrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had.
I wouldn't have traded him either.
However, man, he had a lot of
He's
opportunities
not playing
to bring in
no
a
more.
lot of players.
He could have brought in. He could have brought in the mother.
Let me ask you, D-Lo.
The mother load.
No.
AD will probably be lost without nearly as much value as what they could have obtained.
That's crazy. Let me ask you this.
Do you just love hearing yourself talk?
Yes.
So you saying you'd have traded? What package sounds better to you?
The one where I lose Anthony Davis.
The Lakers giving you Kuzma, Ingram, a first round draft pick, and Josh Hart. Or
they weren't giving up Josh Hart.
Yeah, Hart was in the deal. At the end, it was like anybody except LeBron at one point. Or Boston, Tatum, Brown, the Sacramento pick, and Rozier. Which group sound better to you?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably the Boston one, but I can't afford to lose Anthony Davis for nothing.
You're not going to lose. He a free agent the year after next. So
exactly, but you're not going to get as much value as what you would.
Boston told.
But obviously there's some truth to it, Jeezy, because Dale Demps is out of a job because he didn't trade.
Well, he's out of a job because Anthony Davis left the court. And left the building after he hurt his shoulder and just walked out of the building.
The owner fired Dale Demps because he didn't make a move, and now they're going to get even less.
They're going to get that deal from Boston. That deal from Boston, which is way better. Or New York want him as well, so they might. So if we get the number 1 draft pick, which is Zion Williams, and New York we'll give you the number 1 draft pick for Anthony Davis. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Hey, that doesn't help Dale Demps.
Yeah, he's fired. Yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah, done for. Well, that's my Mount Rushmore, folks.
Outstanding, man. I appreciate you getting it in.
You got to read this. So you'll have to talk and then you read this.
For sure. Hey, guys, I can tell you what, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We're about done. You guys okay with everything?
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah. You sure? You guys okay?
Yep. Jeezy and I are going to hug it out after the show.
Maybe.
Hey, man, there are new shows coming up, man. I tell you what, Jeezy. You did a show from Puerto Rico. What's the name of it?
It's called Live from San Juan, yo.
And it was about what?
About being in San Juan, man. How beautiful it was. How the rest of the country was having a vote. What was it called? A vortex, a polar vortex.
Polar vortex.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah, I was down in 85 degrees in my shorts on the beach. I was loving it.
So you had that going on.
Yes. Live from San Juan. I smoke about 80 cigars, yo.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
hey, DJ Long Green.
Yes, sir.
What we call D-Lo G. Hey, so you are helping other shows. Talk a little bit about that.
We're not talking about them shows on this show.
Yeah, he can talk.
There's a slight conflict of interest.
I'm playing.
Hey, man, just talk about it, man. We don't care nothing
however,
about that.
this Saturday, make sure you do check out the Let's Go There radio show. It's with Sassy C and also Tia Jackson. So 2 ladies who are bringing great community news, great cultural news, real entertaining. They secure a lot of great guests. So just an up-and-coming show, and definitely check that out. And listen, on March 14th, for those of you that are in the Indianapolis area, myself, and this is the first time I'm actually speaking on this publicly, but myself, DJ Marcus Wayne, DJ Godzilla, and DJ Nick Nasty, we are actually scheduled to play at Buddy's Bar and Grill for Turntable Thursdays, which we're hoping to bring on a permanent basis. So if you're in Indianapolis, March 14th, come out and check us out.
Where's Buddy's?
38th and Lafayette Road.
Okay. All right, cool, man. Very cool. Hey, Jeezy, you got anything?
Nah, man.
Oh, we already did you. Sorry,
Yeah,
I apologize. I'm tripping. Run. What you got going on?
You know what? I'm buying a house, and so that is a stressful thing. And I have packed. Do you want to know how many boxes I've packed? First of all, I bought this house 2 months ago, and I had some issues.
0.
No, I'm at 3. I know. All of them are books from the bookshelf too, so it's not even like.
Shall we move on?
I didn't even do a whole lot of work, but if you are going to buy a house, then you should start packing things and getting rid of things long before me. Don't be like me.
Are you having a sale?
Hey, for sure.
No, it's all going to Goodwill, so you can check out Goodwill on the south side of Indianapolis. That's where all my things will be.
Hey folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. This is Moose. I don't think I have anything going on. I tell you what, man. If you are a licensed mental health therapist, man, or if you have a master's degree, holla at me. That's a whole different situation. But you know what? I'm gonna put it out there anyway. And then, hey, I tell you what, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show is moving, man. So we are on. We're not moving, but we're on. We're now on Spotify and all the other podcasts. So really, you can almost catch us on everything except for GZ. You can't catch us on.
Except for iHeart.
Well,
iHeartRadio, right?
Coming soon.
But guess what? Coming soon.
Coming soon, man. We'll be on
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
And you can catch us on everything, man.
Yes.
I tell you what. Hey, man, you know what? Listen to us. And by the way, we have another show, man. Me and my ex-wife's husband, man. You know what? It's been well received, man. So we appreciate you guys for checking us out on our social media, checking us out on the show, man. So you know what? We do that show when it's convenient. You know why? Because both of the hosts are busy. All right. So you know when we can do it, we do it, and it's going to be a good show.
We got about to have heel turn, man. It's WrestleMania season,
yeah. Hey, you gotta make it happen. Yeah, hey, I tell you what, man. Next week is Fat Tuesday, so we'll for sure be doing something big. As a matter of fact, I gotta get some rest in.
I'm bringing a king cake.
I gotta get some rest in because I don't know if we're gonna do it at the Compound Studios. We probably need to be out somewhere and make it happen. Yeah, we probably need to make it happen. So we all need to be scouting. Between here and like Sunday and Monday, so we can get it all set up. You guys cool with that?
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. I tell you what, man. Remember, it's the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. It's Musuke Big Cows for LGZ Mbaku. The lady of the show, man, Run. EMC. DJ Long Green.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable. And come on in. Yeah, man.
Or you're back.